mean, I could bring in another 8 rocks. Anyways, we are live. So
And
some of the
what I
party
forgot,
member, some
what I
of
forgot to inform you, Mr. DM, last time is I am carrying 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust and two 300 gold piece diamonds. There's just no way to put that on the sheet at this point.
I don't really rely on these character sheets anyways for a lot of it. The Fantasy Grounds is too ephemeral a sheet to expect everyone to enter every little thing. So, anyways, some of you are already inside Durlag's tower. Those of you who are not
Get to fight the 4 rocks we let go?
are being summoned by Seer on an emergency basis to a meeting at the Red Chief Inn and Tavern in Baragost. You've been told to hurry. And I should ask, do we have any Emerald Enclave members? There was only
Let's
one
go ahead.
desk
Yeah.
slot to lock.
Malkin is Emerald Enclave as well.
So no love for the Harpers here, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we're kind of left out again.
So as we're hurrying to this rendezvous, Volantis introduces himself and begins giving a 10-minute speech recounting his great heroics against many mighty foes, assuring everyone that whatever we face, we will definitely be victorious, and everyone feels confident and bolstered in the form of 21 temporary hit points.
You might want to hold off on that.
Yeah, 2 of us are
Okay.
there.
Oh, I will repeat my speech later then.
So, your characters are well-known icons of the realm, and that's probably why you've been brought here. So Lascar, actually, you know what? Melkin. Melkin, the Emerald Enclave has special instructions for you. They inform you that they've arranged for you to be the designated leader, as it were, for the reinforcement party. Unfortunately, once you join with the main group, that'll probably go away because you'll have to figure out leadership again. But they are extremely interested in... Sorry, did someone try and say something?
So I was going to say that for what it's worth, Malkin just did the first of the adventure, but I guess not with you. So that story works just fine.
So you just came out of the tower. Did you stay in the tower?
No,
So
I don't
you
believe
were
so.
sent.
I'm always advocating for it, but everyone always wants to go ahead, get their beauty rest.
Well, you can get a long rest inside the tower. So, anyways, so you know what? You went off and you gathered a group of reinforcements.
Excellent.
We're just gonna have to do some hand waving here, because there is no way we can have 2 separate groups be the ones to first reach the tower. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and Varys would have probably been with you too because I did the same exact adventure and then I came back as well. So we probably would have been together trying to find people.
And hilariously, Siri thought I was talking to her.
Did she wave at you?
She dinged and said, "I don't understand, blah, 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 blah."
Oh, Siri.
Well, she started to before I shut her up. Anyways, so you guys are off gathering reinforcements. I'm not even going to try and make this make sense. Everyone just suspend your disbelief over certain oddities that are about to occur. There's just no way to smooth this over. So, Malkin, you walk into the Red Chief Inn and Tavern, And one of the staff dashes up and bows and says, "Malkin and Company?"
Yes.
Yes, yes, you're expected. Please come this way.
So Malkin will rush up to him and grab his hand and shake it heartily, and then give him a big hug.
He seems a
But
bit
he will
taken
not say
aback.
anything.
Okay. You're Malkin?
Um, yes, he will use elemental attunement to write the word "ta-da" in fire over his head.
Okay. Um, the story said you were a man of few words. I had no idea. Please, this way, this way.
So
He lead,
Malkin will grab any friends that he's with by the arms and lead them that way.
you're led upstairs into what looks like a conference room. The servant ushers you and says, "Seer will be with you in just a moment." No sooner than you have taken your seats than the door opens. Visitors. Ah, yes, good, very good. A wizened shoe woman enters this private meeting room and makes her way around the long ebony table. With a grace that would defy her apparent age, she seemingly at once takes a seat and makes a silver platter with a steaming teapot and 8 delicate cups appear. The room instantly smells of a heavy mix of mint and cinnamon. She motions to the teacups, which are all somehow immediately filled. "I am Seer, but more importantly, I am interested in you lot and what lies before us. As we begin, might we all share some pleasantries? Malkin, would you like some tea or sugar, or cream or sugar in your tea?" And she holds up a cup towards you.
Yeah, for what it's worth, the last time Malkin was here, he enthusiastically drank the entire cup of tea before tasting it and then spitting it all over the table. So he is going to enthusiastically reach for another cup of tea.
In that case, never mind. She does not give you anything.
Oh, he looks a little sad.
I'm sorry. I didn't know about your experience, or I would have. She isn't interested in spit takes.
Very well.
So, Valantis, cream, sugar?
Oh, yes, if you say those are good, then I will take both. Thank you.
And Versastario?
Oh, of course. It was very pleasant last time. I'll take it again.
Ah. And Lasca?
Do you have a bit of lemon?
Oh, yes, yes. And she pulls out a lemon and adds it.
Thank you very much.
Kern and Travok are off at the tower. And please have some cookies. She gestures, and as if out of nowhere, she seems to pull out a tray full of cookies and slides it towards the center of the table before taking a delicate sugar cookie for herself. There's some sugar cookies and oatmeal cookies and chocolate chip and...
Ooh, Malkin grabs some of those. Starts cramming them in his mouth.
You see Sierra grit her teeth and smile with difficulty.
Oh, Malkin will take out his calligraphy set and start drawing a picture for her.
You really are a character, aren't you? I approve, but wow.
So he's a very young elf, and his monastery made him take a vow of silence before he left, so that he wouldn't embarrass them by showing his immaturity.
And that's working great.
Yeah, super great.
Extra special, no comment. Yeah, no comment. Anyways, she picks up her own teacup, adds a little bit of honey, a little bit of sugar, and raises it to her lips and sips. So now that we have all partaken of our tea, and she looks at each of you in turn, and Volantis, she just rests her eyes on you.
I am easy on the eyes.
Now that we have all tasted our tea, she repeats.
Malkin will try to dip one of his cookies in the tea. Someone else who's sitting next to him, maybe we'll say Volantis.
Am I doing something wrong here? I'll sip my tea.
Ah, yes, and her eyes move over to Varys.
My eyes will move over to her.
Have you taken any of your tea yet?
Yes, I took 2 sips, and then I'll reach for a cookie. If she's eyeballing me intently, I will also reach for one of the oatmeal cookies and just grab it very slowly, bring it up to my mouth, take a bite, keep looking at her like, am I doing something wrong here?
Basically, she's just making certain everyone has. Basically, you're going to take tea with her whether you like it or not.
Let's go take cookies, yes.
All right, then. And she just looks at Malkin and grits her teeth again, but she doesn't actually say anything to him.
So he'll walk over a picture of the nice lady giving him cookies, and there's a picture of Malkin with an enormously distended belly and a big smile on his face.
Why, thank
And
you,
it says-
she says,
and it
taking the
says,
picture
"Thanks."
from you. Thank you very much. So
And
now
then
that
he'll
we
give
have
her a
all
nice shiny
partaken,
apple.
now that we have all taken tea together, it is time for business. And she takes another sip from her tea. It has come to my attention that Baron Rajaram, a cloud giant of well-earned ill repute, has turned his vision inland for once. While historically he has kept his attention focused on the Sword Coast and the ocean, he has begun mobilizing his forces in an effort to breach Durlag's tower. I, and the Lord's Alliance, who I represent, would like you to ensure that this does not happen. And we will reward you handsomely for it. An advanced team, and she nods towards Malkin, has secured the space around Durlag's tower at great cost. Some of them remain at the tower, holding down the main hall, but Malkin returned several that were in dire need of medical and psychiatric care, and was sent to arrange replacements. It is unfortunate what has befallen those poor adventurers, but we cannot afford to lose the ground we have gained. You are needed to complete the task that they started. You are to make your way below the tower. But know that Durlag Trollkiller is an ancient hero of these stout folk. Proceed carefully and with the greatest of respect. Take only what is needed and touch nothing else. It is known to us that Durlag was a trickster of great skill, and as such it is nearly certain that his final resting place will be filled with foils. She turns and eyeballs Malkin. Traps. She sips from the delicate porcelain cup, her wrinkled eyes open and scanning each of you as if waiting for questions.
Are there more demons in the tower, perhaps? Like the ones we fought outside?
Quite possibly. No one that I know of has successfully entered the depths, and certainly none who have done so have returned to tell the tale. And the tower is made, as I believe you know, of his Agker, stone made by the dwarves of Earthheart. It reflects magic back, which makes scrying and teleportation both difficult. So she reaches into her sack and hands over a scroll of teleport. You will need this if you wish to return. When you wish to return, I mean. It's a modified spell. It will return you from the now secured teleportation circled in the main hall, directly to Baragost. And it is keyed only to you, so it cannot be stolen. Unfortunately, it only works for you. Familiars, mounts, henchmen, they must fend for themselves. And it only lasts for 24 hours. After that, it will lose its effects.
Might perhaps we get the sigil sequence for the teleportation circle so that we may use it later.
Certainly, you may study it all you like once you are inside the tower.
Ah, thank you very much.
So it is important that you hurry. We have good reason to believe that there is a treasure of sorts, a potent ancient dwarven artifact lying below the tower. That, I believe, is what we need you to grab, and do so before the forces of Baron Rajaram. The Cloud Giant, his contingent of Oni, a pair of airships, and a whole mess of uncouth vagrants, classless barbarians, and other indescribable miscreants from the Nelanther Isles. And yes, as you surmise, there may very well be horrid demons and devils below. Good luck. You are going where no adventurers have gone before. And with that, she takes the teapot off of the tea tray, smiles, and then slams her hand down onto one end of the tea tray, causing it to flip up into the air. And as it does, you see there's a symbol inscribed on the bottom. The symbol flashes, and you guys suddenly find yourself inside the tower, where Kern and Trevok are waiting for you.
Well, it's about time she sent somebody.
And somehow Kern and Trevok know Malkin, despite his not actually having been in the last group.
That's all timey-wimey.
Yes, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. I mean, people assume that time is a strict regression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Guess who has that quote on his wall, not 10 feet away?
Probably the
But
DM.
I give inspiration. Can we give DMs inspiration?
You don't want to give me inspiration.
I guess not.
Just ask the previous party how horrible I was without it.
Ooh.
Traffic was good.
Kern was fine. Paladin didn't care so much.
Yes, well, I only had 6 Froxat. If you'd given me another couple of rounds, I could have had 20.
Holy moly.
I wasn't going to give you that many rounds.
I noticed. I was not happy.
I was.
So you find yourself in a large hall. There's no apparent exits other than a barred and sealed gate. And there is a chair sitting in the center.
So we've had this whole time to examine this. We haven't figured out how to open the door yet.
You've been busy sleeping? I don't know.
All right.
So, 4 statues dominate a large open space. While you can plainly see staircases on the far side of the room, you are reminded of Seer's request. Secure passage to the basement and proceed as quickly as possible. The agents of Baron Rajaram cannot be far behind. A ratty-looking chase lounge sits in the center of the room. It is surrounded by refuse, tiny crumbs, bits of unidentifiable meat, and so on. The couch looks damp and has a smell best described as a combination of salty meat, stagnant water, and just a hint of pineapple.
Right. That's where Bloated Demon was sitting when we came in, right?
Yes.
So we need to find out about this gate. Any of you newcomers, finger wigglers?
Perhaps.
Don't be shy now. Speak up.
When you say finger wigglers, do you mean spellcasting?
Yeah. That finger wiggling stuff.
Yes, of course. What would you like to know?
How to get through that gate over there.
The gate in question is the one you came in through.
Never mind,
There's
we
a
came in
there's
that gate.
yes, there's a key for that. I believe it's sitting around here somewhere.
I have it, yeah.
Ferris will
So
start
how do we get out of
blinking
this
on.
room? Did you say there was an elevator?
So the chair in the center rose up on an elevator. There's an entire 20 by 20 foot platform with that chair in the center and the 4 statues at each corner.
Might perhaps we activate the elevator the same way we did previously by interacting with the statues.
As you examine the statues, the objects in them are too solid to remove.
Perhaps we need only sit in the chair. Who in here amongst our group of merry men is brave enough to sit in this chair?
I've been sleeping in it.
Well, Malkin will sit in the chair. But
You've
he's
been
going to lick it.
sleeping in the chair?
Maybe.
Let's go make
How
sure
much
he's
do you
close.
weigh?
Just a second. I weigh 208 pounds without gear.
I doubt you have 300 pounds of gear, so good.
So Malkin is going to shout, "Dogpile on the chair!" And then he's going to say, "Oh, I mean, new bow, starting now."
So
I'll walk onto the platform and watch intently as all these people dogpile on the chair.
So as soon as 500 pounds worth of weight are on the platform and someone sits in the chair, the entire platform starts to grind down.
I think we've hit on a clue here, lads.
Down into the depths.
So, like an elevator going down, it continues.
Yes.
If we're not
Exactly
all on
like
it,
an elevator.
if I'm not already on it, I'm going to get on it.
The platform descends and grinds to a halt at the floor below. At each corner stands a statue that looks very similar to the ones above, but you can't shake the feeling that they are different somehow, as if their eyes are upon you, waiting, judging. Stairs descend further down along the eastern and western walls, but the room itself is empty save for these statues.
Right, so there's stairs down?
Correct, there are stairs down and they are unblocked.
What's the lighting like in here?
Good question. There is no light unless you brought it.
I can cast dancing lights, if anybody would like me to.
Malkin has his Helm of Brilliance on. So, just FYI, if there are undead within 30 feet, it will start to glow dimly and hurt those undead. But for right now, he's going to use an action to cause flames to spring up around his staff, which will, I think it's like 10 feet bright and 10 feet dim, but, you know, for what it's worth, there's a bit of light.
And then I'll cast dancing lights, because each one of those I think gives 10 feet as well. Let me look at the spell.
So you guys hear a faint grinding noise. You can't quite make out where it's coming from.
Oh, also, DM, I have the Whip of Warning, just so you know.
Thank you for letting me know.
Well, appears we got ourselves another dwarven statue. And why do you keep putting the same thing in there? What's this?
That may
We
be
have
my
a-
bad.
I'm not
I
sure
was
what was going on with the text. I tried to put the 4 statues in and it did that.
I think it's Valentis that's repeating it.
Yeah, I was trying to copy that out into a notepad for note purposes. I think I just repeated everything. So I am describing what everybody sees.
If you right click on the text, you can export to clipboard.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the grinding noise is getting louder. Oh, Varys, you've got the stat bug. If you could go in and fix it, please.
How?
Go to your character sheet, go to the abilities, and just hold down Control and then mouse wheel up and down on each stat in turn, just to increment it, then decrement it.
Good idea.
Are you doing that right now?
Under skills, or are you talking about core stats?
Yeah, your
Core
abilities.
stats.
Your abilities on the main page.
Yeah, so do your abilities show up as other than 10s to you? If so, they're not showing up
Yes.
in that way to others, so you need to mouse wheel up and down, which will kind of make it
Just did it.
resave the ability, thus making
Got
it
it.
public.
And now I can actually see what your stats are. And I accurately know that your passive perception is 20 million.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
Travok is 22. That's insane. And amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. Somebody has the observant feat, I'm sure. Wait,
Not me.
Travok has a 24 wisdom?
The maze engine twice, if that's possible. From out of the abyss.
Possible, but insane.
It's amazing.
How did you get a 24 from Out of the Abyss? I went through Out of the Abyss. I didn't get no
The
bumps.
maze engine, there's one for a +2 each time you roll for it. Or 24.
For the maze engine?
Basically, he got insanely
Amazing
lucky
thing.
on a random roll.
Well, if you don't remember it, then maybe you skip that chapter. But there's an encounter with an infernal device that does bad things and good things to you.
Yeah, we must have skipped that completely.
So yeah, tier 3, shenanigans time. Anyway, the grinding noise is getting louder and louder. Do you guys do anything about this?
Where's the grinding noise coming from?
It doesn't seem to be coming from any specific location.
I'll cast invisibility on myself, just right off the bat.
Right, I move towards the stairs.
The instant your foot touches the first of the stairs, 2 of the statues in the room stand up and start walking towards the party. Oh, and I need to check scaling. So, congratulations, you are a very strong party. So the grinding is still going on. Roll initiative. Travok, it is thy turn.
I'll just do a blade on it.
All right, give me a concentration save. So as you go to spellcast, you realize the grinding noise is making it hard to think, but you're able to focus your mind down and cast the spell.
And that's my turn.
Also, I actually need you to roll that save again. Yeah, they have magic resistance, by the way.
Okay.
Varys Astorio.
I'm going to remain hidden, and just I'm gonna hold action. If the clay golems or whatever they are go to attack the party, I'm gonna use the staff of thunder and lightning. No, I'm just gonna dodge in and be invisible and just watch what happens with the situation.
The clay golem turns and starts walking towards Travak. How do you have an AC of 20?
+1 shield, the half plate, and the cloak of protection.
Half plate of poison resistance?
Yep.
Actually, shouldn't that get you to 21?
It does with the +1 cloak. That's why I put it in the effect.
Yeah, you'll note that a 20 missed him, so that means he does have an effect of 21.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the character sheet. So, yeah, my poor golem misses twice.
All right. I've played Fantasy Grounds a few times, but I sometimes get confused with the way effects work. So what I want to do is use my bonus action to Hex Clay Golem number 2.
All right.
And I'm accustomed to being able to select things on the map. I'm not being able to select him on the combat tracker.
You should be able to just control click him to select him.
Yep, just like on the map. Left control, left click.
But the important thing to know is you can't select just anywhere. You got to select the image that's in the combat tracker.
Got him. I got him targeted. Thank you. And then
You
I'm
can
going
select anywhere in the bar.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast a few times at him. Then you make a concentration check for that.
Actually, good question. Looks like. In fact, you'll need to make a concentration check for both of them.
All right. Warcaster will allow me to make that concentration check with advantage.
Yep. Not DM discretion, yes.
Okay, this is going to be
So I'm not
It's
sure.
just a Constitution save, which
Yeah,
you pass
just
with
get-
flying colors.
All right, that was for the Hex, and this will be for Eldritch Blast. And now I'll start blasting. I apologize. I thought having the spell in my action tab meant it would automatically roll for me. Ah, here we go. Wonderful. Blast number 2. And blast number 3.
Yeah, pretty much the only way you can miss is on a 1. And you almost had a 1
Which
this last roll.
I did have a 1-on-1 roll.
2 1s in one round would have been entertaining.
Yeah, not for me. All right, so I appreciate the little tutorial there to get to speed, and that is my turn. I'll make sure I am far enough away I'm outside of reach of any golems.
So if you look at the combat tracker, at the bottom there's a dragon's head. Click it to send the turn down.
Roger that.
If Leska is not adjacent to Golem 1 and there's no squishy next to Golem 1, he will go towards number 2.
Alright. Golem 1 is still not near any specific squishy.
Okay, okay.
Is that your turn?
Yes, sorry. Oh, and I forgot to describe. I'm going for Battle Axe.
So, Kern? Or excuse me, Malcolm.
Yes, Malcolm
Yeah,
will run up to the clay golem and hit it with the flaming staff 2 times. Ideally, it would be whilst jumping onto its shoulders and smacking it in the head, but that's just for flavor. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll do it after this. I forgot to test Hunter's Mark. I'm not gonna worry about it. Never mind. Oh, whoops. Okay, so that's
So that's 2 hits so far.
and then just bonus action to kick it in the nose. Oh, I knew I forgot something. I didn't make my unarmed strike.
Wait,
I'm
why
just
was
gonna
that
use
a
this is
D6 plus a D8 plus another D6?
Colossus Slayer and the flaming flames
Colossus
that
Slayer.
are on the
Okay.
staff. So I'll add my unarmed strike. I'm just gonna use scimitar for now. It was close enough.
Except for the fact that it's a +1.
Yeah, but come on, it's hitting anyway.
Well, I'm more interested in the damage.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. So you should take up 1 damage, please. Sorry about that.
Kern.
Right then. How far is Clay Golem 2 away?
Let me guess. Clay Golem 2 is about to shatter.
How far away is it? It's not in melee combat with me, that's what you're saying.
Yes. So with Theater of Mind, typically it's best to assume you can control what distance you're engaging at until and unless someone takes an action to prevent you.
Right. As a bonus action, I'll exit, draw my weapon, and throw it 3 times. Oh, he died. I guess I'll.
I never even got to lay a hand on anyone.
I guess I will switch my target to Clay Golem number 2. I will move. Actually, I'll hold the top of the stairs.
So the golem hastes itself. Which doesn't
Can I
actually have
counterspell that?
It's not actually a spell.
Okay.
And it walks over to Kern and slams its fist down on you.
Ow.
Do you want to drop your hammer and shield?
No, because then I gotta pick it back up.
I can cutting words if... Oh, never mind.
You can pick up a weapon from the ground as an interaction action.
Yeah, but they told me before it was an action to pick up the weapon, and I couldn't make an attack
No,
action.
it's an
and pick up
object interaction. Sounds like
It's the same thing as drawing a weapon, as long as it's near you on the floor. I mean, there'll be some variation by DM, but that's the rule out of the book.
Yeah, it
Well,
uses your
then I would have
object
dropped the
interaction.
hammer to shield that.
In that case, take the damage back.
Mark a spell.
Travak, it's your turn.
Would there be room to wild shape into elemental?
Yes, there's plenty of room to wild shape into an elemental.
I'll turn in the earth elemental again. It's my bonus action. And I'll attack the other golem. And that's my turn.
Okay. I am going to look over here at Kern, and Kern, you're doing so well. Please keep hitting him so we all don't die. And I'm invisible, so that won't make it wear off yet. So Bardic Inspiration on Kern. So you get a die 10 on that, and then I'll cast Aid, which will drop the invisibility, and that's fine. On myself, Travok, and
I'm good. Don't do it on me.
Why?
Because I already got temporary hit points of 126.
Aid goes towards your
increases your
permanent.
maximum hit points. It does not address your temporary hit
Okay.
points.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, sorry, I didn't realize that. Malkin actually has less. So myself, Travok, and Malkin get 20 additional HP, and that'll be it for my turn.
What level did you cast that
Cool.
at?
5th.
So yeah, that will be 20 additional hit points for the 3 people targeted. Congratulations.
And that reminds
Thank
me, did someone do a ritual earlier that gave us something as well, or did that not happen?
I talked really nice words, and lots of people felt better.
That's right.
Okay,
You gave
so-
everyone 21 temporary hit points, which will stack with wild shape.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to add, increase my max by 20 and add 21 temp hits. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to try to cast Eldritch Blast on golem number 2, make a Constitution check.
And Travak, because wild shape isn't temporary hit points, you just have an additional hit point pool. The 21 stacks.
Okay.
I'll let you handle the math on that.
And that's a pretty bad roll for a Constitution check, so I'm going to check with you before proceeding.
Your spell fizzles.
So, double 2s.
Yeah, unfortunately it Oh, wait! How close are you to the paladin?
Oh, that's a good question. I did not
10
say
feet?
it was in 10 feet, so I'll move within 10 feet now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
Unless-
and...
Unless it's so small that 10 feet's a very reasonable place to be within the paladin. I like paladins.
So we have a paladin that gives you +3, which actually would still be a failure.
Oh well, good try though.
Sorry.
Lasco goes 30 feet towards, maximum 30 feet towards Golem 1. Does he reach it?
Sure.
He will attack with the battle axe. He will smite
What level?
1. And a turn.
Malkin.
All right. So, I'm gonna run up the wall and jump off it and smack him with the flaming stick a couple times. And then I will land and stomp on his foot. Which misses. And then I'll back up because I've got the that's the mobility. Yeah.
So Kern.
Right, so the golem didn't actually move to anybody?
I believe it took an attack on you.
Oh, that's right. Swung at me. So it's standing next to me, right?
Yes.
So
And
can't
I'm
throw.
going to give
Normal.
this to you. All you have to do is hit it.
Well, I'm going to hit it. Well, I'm going to bonus action move my hex to it. And then hit it.
It dies.
No, it don't. It dies now.
It had 3 hit points left. It dies.
Now, were these actually 2 of the statues that animated?
Yes?
Which 2?
Good question. Doesn't say.
Well, then let's move on. I start moving down the stairs.
I'm going to say it's the Shorn and the Crafter. And you notice that the amulet on the Shorn is lying on the floor, intact.
Somebody should pick that up.
Oh, shoot, I missed this. Does anyone speak Dwarven? More importantly, does anyone read Dwarven?
I'm a dwarf.
So there's a circle of runes carved around the statues.
Yeah.
Take only what is necessary. Some gifts must be given freely and can never be taken. Other than that,
So what fell off the golem then?
an amulet.
An amulet.
So if we kill something,
A
it's
necklace
not been
with
given.
a hammer and anvil symbol.
It's a Russian necklace.
Well, that's the symbol of Moradin.
And the Russian symbol is actually the hammer and sickle.
Yeah, you are correct.
I'll
Of course
be,
I'm correct. I'm the DM.
I don't think we should be taking that there amulet.
The Malkin will goose step over to it and look at it closely.
It looks like just a regular old necklace.
Nice reference.
So, so the message on the floor says what?
Take only what is necessary. Some gifts must be given freely and can never be taken.
Right, I start moving down the stairs.
Well, does anyone, I guess, Morgan is going to indicate that he wants to take it by way of his vote. I know there's been at least one person that says we shouldn't take it. Anyone else want to chime in?
I withdraw my comment about taking it. I think we were recommended by our patroness, the cookie server, that we shouldn't be just looting random things off the ground. So, barring any other information, I say we just leave it unless it looks super valuable.
Well, that's why I was looking at it closely. I was trying to see if it was loot, and if it was like.
It looks like it's a simple copper strand with an equally simple copper medallion. Very basic. Very cheap.
Oh.
Unless it's a magic item, let's just leave it on the ground.
Okay, that's one vote to leave it. Anyone else chime in?
Leave it.
It doesn't matter to me.
Alrighty, so Malcolm will leave it, and it looks sad. Wanted to play dress up.
We can always come
making a
back for it if we
decision.
need it.
So you guys continue onward. The stairs take you a little bit further down. As you go down, the air gets really heavy with the smell of alcohol to the point where it's almost burning your eyes and throat. And you guys finally get down to excuse me. There's actually two sets of stairs on the floor above, and as you go down, they both take you to the same level. It's an H-shaped hallway with stairs on either end of the upper side of the H, and in the center is a statue. But the sharp scent of dwarven spirits assaults your nose as you enter this space, and finely carved motifs of dwarves engaged in epic battles and epic parties adorn the walls. Every 10 paces or so, there appears to be a recipe of some sort as well. To the north, along this 20-foot wide hallway, you can easily spy a spiral staircase that descends into the floor. There is a 20-foot wide passageway that runs east and west, but it is apparently filled with water that has been magically suspended in place. You can easily see a statue of a dwarf inside the liquid, his hand outstretched and grasping a mug. A crooked and slightly sloppy smile can be seen, even from this distance. So, as you guys look around, you find a carving of Vergadane with his mug upside down and empty nearby. And he's got a very sad look on his face. The body of him is carved into the wall, but his mug projects out from the wall as if waiting to be filled.
User left your channel.
Is there any beverages in the area that we can use to fill his mug with?
Isn't there floating water suspended magically?
Yeah, in the center of the room.
I mean, we could try that.
Is there a ring of regeneration? No, I'm thinking the Ion Stone. Forget I said anything.
Oh, this looks like another one of them jobs for you. Finger wiggler, rogue type-ish things.
I mean, I try to avoid magical death, but the mug. How much does the mug weigh, by the way, DM?
It's hard to tell because it's built into the wall from what you can tell. It's not something you can pick up.
Okay.
It's just there's a statue, there's a carving, and one hand of the carving is holding a mug that sticks out of the wall.
And you said the mug was upside down, empty?
Yes.
Can the mug be removed or the hand turned?
you try and turn the mug?
I will.
The mug actually is fairly loose. You think you could turn it right side up if you wanted to.
I will. I'll turn it upside right.
So I would like all of you to imagine a glass of water placed upside down on a table and then filled with water. Now, instead of just being a glass, imagine if inside the glass is a fountain that constantly pumps in more water. Now, please imagine what happens if you start lifting the glass. You know that wall of water in the center?
Yeah.
It's not water. And it starts pouring out at you guys as the wall of force that was holding it in just dissipates, flooding the room
So,
with
can't
fire
change
spirits.
can't turn the thing back upside down.
No, it looks like you have about 3 seconds to take a nice deep breath.
Well, I'm not too worried about it. If you saw my whisper there, Mr. DM.
Could I have time to polymorph into a giant eagle, pick up 2 of them, and fly to the top of the room?
Flying to the top of the room isn't going to help. The liquid splashes outward and it just keeps fountaining out away from the statue in the center, constantly rising. I mean, almost instantly it's up, let's say knee high on everyone, but you can see it's just pouring out of the statue in the center.
What are the dimensions on the room as far as how long and how wide and how tall?
So think of an H that each of the strokes is 20 feet wide. Sorry, I'm trying to find the map so I can give you.
It's all good. I'm drawing it out here on grid paper as you're describing it.
So it's basically H-shaped.
Ooh, old school.
It's going to be 60 feet high, 60 feet wide. And the strokes are basically 20 feet wide at any given point.
So it's safe to say there's a fair amount of volume the water has to rush into.
Oh yeah, there's a fair amount, but it is rising rapidly. I mean,
This
instantly
guy-
you guys are all covered up to your knees, and like 2 seconds later it's up to your waist, and it's still rising quickly. And you can see the water, the spirits are just gushing out of the statue in the center.
I was attempting to turn the hand back upside down. Did that work?
Nope.
Do we not have a rogue in this group now?
I'm just trying to think of what we can use that could help us in the room. Can I do a perception check to see if there's anything useful in the room that looks like it might be involved with this?
So what I am going to note is that the statue in the center that you could not reach was hidden behind walls of force that have clearly come down. It has a mug on it that is right side up. More importantly, you guys have another problem. Roll initiative. As the whip of warning screams out in a blood-curdling cry of absolute terror and horror.
That's Barovia.
Varys, as you look around, you can't figure out what on earth that whip is trying to warn you about. There's nothing here. But it's still giving out its warning cry, even as the water fills up to the top of the room. You are now swimming. And I'm going to add, this is not actually water. This is highly refined alcohol.
Very flammable.
All right, so the other statue had a mug upside down or right side up?
A mug right side up.
Okay.
And everyone's rolled initiative, and it is still your turn. Good. So are you going to do something?
I'd like to go interact with the central statue that we couldn't get to before because it had the wall of force there. I will, even though I know the weapon warning is screaming at me not to do anything, as far as like there's probably enemies around here going to attack us, or there's a trap or something. I'm still going to try to get to that statue and then do what we did with the other one, where we turned the mug from upside down to right side up. Turn that one from right side up to upside down.
And you take a pair of opportunity attacks for your trouble.
That's okay.
I mean, you can't really see what hit you, but you could feel the whoosh through the water as its pseudopod swings right past you.
Oh God, it's two splooshes.
But the instant you turn the mug right side up... Oh, actually, do you have a swim speed?
I do not.
So I'm actually going to say it's going to take a dash action to get you to the statue.
Yeah, that's fine. Action movement, and then bonus action. I will inspire. Has
I'm
10
going to
minutes
note that
passed
you're
since
underwater.
Oh, we're underwater? I thought we were swimming on top of the water.
It has filled the entire room. And I should say under alcohol. Why do I keep saying underwater?
So we're gonna have to do hold our breath and everything. We can't even cast spells, right?
That seems extreme. Yeah, stupid mod is stupid.
Yeah, because if the room's filling, how long does it take to fill the room? That's a large room.
Magically, it's more or less instantly
it's
filled.
Yeah. The speed varies based on how mighty we are. The statue senses a challenge and it just spews it real fast.
Actually,
right.
no. It's supposed to basically instantly fill the room.
That's terrifying. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, just gonna do that, and I'll pass my turn to Malkin.
Alrighty. So Malkin has a speed of 65. So can I skedaddle on over to that statue, to what he was doing?
Are you mobile?
I do have mobile, but that doesn't keep me from provoking against things I haven't attacked.
Doesn't it do something as far as difficult terrain?
Oh,
You can ignore the door treatment, Nick.
I do, I guess. Is that what water is considered underwater? I never thought about that.
When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cause you extra movement on that turn. The way I'm thinking is you can either swim and go with swimming rules, or things don't float well in alcohol, so it's just difficult terrain to move in. And I'm going to give you guys your choice because the mod doesn't force it either way.
Cool. So, but I can, with a 65 movement, I can go 30
User
feet,
disconnected from
even
your
without
channel.
any fancy business.
Oh,
Does
that's
that get
right.
me?
Yeah, that'll take you right up to the statue.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'll just go to the statue and spend my action to well, you said the cup was right side up right now,
Yes.
so I'll try to turn it upside down, and
Instantly, you can sense that the liquid now is moving straight towards the stairwells out. It's got a current.
ooh. Malcolm will look around for a surfboard, not find one.
Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to actually be emptying the room.
Yeah, so I'll do a bonus action. Oh, I can't cast spells. Let's see. Does Hunter's Mark have a verbal component?
That is the one thing that the more I look at this, and this is just a really nasty fight depending on party composition.
It does have a verbal component, so I'll just end my turn.
Oh, and actually, I apologize. You do get 2 rounds instead of immediate if you're a weak or very weak party.
Yep, I wasn't going to argue with you, but yeah, I know.
I was looking in the wrong place.
All right, so there's a current. The room's not emptying, but there's a current going towards the stairwell. Was that the same stairwell we came down, or is this a different stairwell?
These are the 2 stairways. So, If you envision an H, the stairwells you came down on are at either side of the H opposite the central bar. The stairwells further down are at the center of the top of each upper portion of the H.
Feel like going out the door just yet. So what I'm going to do is I have a Mask of the Dragon Queen. So I'm going to activate the Dragon Sight, which gives me blind sight for up to 5 minutes. So I can actually sense and target the gelatinous cubes. And I am going to Hex 1, which is
you
not
have
casting a spell.
Well, no, you have water breathing with that mask. So when you have water breathing, you can use verbal components because you don't choke on the water.
That's perfect as long as this counts something like water. I'm not sure I want to be breathing vodka or refined spirit.
I'll allow it with a con save.
Well, keep in mind that what gills do is they filter oxygen that is in solution in water, and so as long as there's oxygen in the atmosphere, it will be in solution in alcohol as well. But also, any alcoholic brew is still going to have a significant portion of water, even. I don't know about this stuff.
That's true.
This is distilled alcohol for all intents and purposes.
So GM call, is this breathable if you have something that lets you breathe in water, or is this something
I'll
else?
allow it, but you'll need to make an immediate con save.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, this is the alcohol that we found in the previous mod.
I feel like that would be like a great way to get drunk, actually. Get past that alcohol through your lungs,
So you're starting to feel a little giddy, but you aren't actually drunk yet, Volantis.
That's too bad. All right, so I'm able to transfer the hex as a bonus action. I do not think that requires casting a spell. But now I'm going to blast.
Oh, that is not casting a spell. You're right. In fact, you wouldn't even need to breathe for that.
But I am going to cast a spell as I start shooting Eldritch Blasts at Gelatinous Cube number 2.
That poor cube. It hasn't done anything to you yet.
It's a good thing.
Just as a note, because they're invisible, you're rolling at disadvantage. So anything that misses...
I don't think I missed.
Okay.
Even with disadvantage. Yeah, that should have been just normal shots, but that's everything hit.
They have a fairly low AC anyways, I think.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you can't miss except on a 1. At this tier, if you miss, you don't belong in the party.
Yeah. You just want to see if you get a 1, basically.
And, yeah. I mean, you guys are at disadvantage except for Volantis, but...
Alaska doesn't have magical armor, so he'll try to stay away from those. He'll use longbow isn't very conducive.
Why are you staying away from them?
He doesn't have a magical armor.
And that has what to do with the price of tea in China?
Yeah, these aren't puddings.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No, these creatures are not black puddings. They do not follow black pudding rules. And, I think gelatinous cubes are probably well known enough that you'd know that the gelatinous cube shtick is it'll just sit in a hallway and wait for someone to walk into it. It doesn't do the whole eat your equipment stuff. It just tricks you.
I'm going toward number 2 then, and swing with my battle axe.
Oh, I stole a crit from you. And oh dear, somebody just had to walk up towards that statue, didn't they?
That's the bard.
And the monk. Well, first it's actually going to grab Lascaw. And it fails, so it turns around and tries to get him. And I'll say yes, you get an opportunity attack, Lascar. And Varys, you get an opportunity attack when it tries to grab Malkin. So the cube, you can't really see it, but it just forces its way forward. It tries to roll over Lascaw, and when that works, it turns around and tries to roll over Varys and then Malkin. But they're able to move out of the way just barely.
So, question for you, DM. Since I'm swimming and I'm kind of having to use like my shield hand for also swimming as well, like what kind of attack could I even do? Could I use my Staff of Thunder and Lightning?
Do you have it in your hand?
I'd be swimming, so I don't think so.
Oh, then if you don't have a weapon in your hand, you can't take opportunity attacks unless you have Warcaster, in which case you can use spells.
Nah, I don't.
So the next gelatinous cube is going to try for Varys and then Malkin in turn.
Now, are they still invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, the alcohol is making them invisible. What's going on is it's hard to see in alcohol. It's burning at your eyes, and it's just not very pleasant. And it's so perfectly transparent, it's hiding them. So there's actually no effect written to do this, so I'm going to need you to take 10 acid damage, Varys.
Okay, I have one temporary left.
I'm not sure I want to get that joke, Lascaw. Plus 10 to your saves.
Oh, wasn't I around
Well, so that one.
the paladin?
Oh, yes, you were.
So I would have had a +3 to that, right? So that would have been a success instead of a failure.
Take it back. Actually, no, the paladin got pushed back away from you.
Wah, wah.
Okay.
So, poor paladin. Poor paladin.
Nice.
Really? Take 5 acid damage, Lascaw. As the cube just rolls over you and engulfs you. Kern.
Since I have that particular necklace, can I see these things?
You can breathe just fine, but you cannot see. They're still invisible to you.
Right. So, but I see. Do I have a clue as to where gelatinous cube 1, 2, or 3 is at this point?
If you can see it in the combat tracker, you know where it is well enough to target it.
With disadvantage.
Correct.
All right.
I'm just going to remind everyone that mechanically, being hidden is separate from being invisible. Once these creatures attack, they lost the benefit of the hidden condition.
Right. So I will use a warlock spell slot, cast magic missile. So that is cube number 2.
Can we breathe now? Is the water or the?
No.
How many turns until that goes down?
Doesn't look like it's going down at all.
I was just wondering.
It's like there's a whole lot being pumped into the room and a whole lot being pumped out of the room, so we could probably float away if we wanted to into whatever's in the next room.
Yes, moving towards the stairs will not count as difficult terrain anymore.
I will move towards the statue.
The statue in the center?
Yes, that's where 2 of my compatriots are that probably are going to need some help.
All right.
And then I will pass my turn.
Travak.
I'm gonna swim over to number 2 and attack it. So does Tremor Sense still work on here?
No, everything is floating.
Okay.
We all float down here.
Is number one within 10 feet of number two?
Sure.
That's my turn.
Wah, 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 wah. So, you guys suddenly realize there are two more cubes you hadn't seen earlier as they squeeze on up.
Based on their layout in the room, are they by any chance coming out of the fountain itself? Or
You think
from
they were just
someplace?
suspended near the fountain.
Roger.
So Malcolm gets pushed away from the fountain. Kern, on the other hand, having decided to walk forward, finds himself engulfed and restrained and needs to take 7 acid damage.
So I can't do anything. I'm just stuck inside this.
You are mechanically restrained. That means you have disadvantage on attack rolls. But you can try and break out with a DC 12 strength check. Oh wait, that's
What
to
if
pull yourself out.
So could I still use my Staff of Thunder and Lightning? Can I pull that out? And that won't be an issue, or will it be an issue?
Oh, you can pull it out.
Okay. Well, I'd like to, since I'm inside this thing or right underneath of it, I'd like to point the
You
lightning
are physically
ability.
inside it.
Perfect. So then it means it would automatically fail the dexterity saving throw if I'm just pointing straight through it to do that 9d6 lightning damage, right?
Give me an insight check.
Maybe.
Oh dear. So, it still gets a save. Just the fact that you're inside it doesn't change the fact that it gets a save.
Okay. So I'll do the lightning strike property on number 1.
And you just used lightning.
Yep. Straight through it.
Inside a highly flammable alcoholic solution.
It's magical lightning,
It's lightning.
not fire.
It's lightning.
But it's not fire.
Everyone
It's
needs to
your
give
call,
me a
man.
dex save.
Yeah.
The mod explicitly
Possible that-
calls out acid, fire, or lightning is bad.
Yeah, it's possible that this stuff is known to combust when you leave it in the sun.
So is it a good thing that I'm actually underneath this, completely engulfed by it?
Not really, because everyone is now going to need to give me that dex save. Every last one of you. DC 17.
Would that include all the cubes in here also then?
All the cubes are just going to die, I'm going to say.
Or if they die, I don't think I should have disadvantage on my check. Oh,
As
well.
all of you take 110 fire damage.
Right, remind me to kill whoever has that staff.
That's the bard that was completely engulfed by things.
So
Uh-huh.
the bard
Wrong.
waves his staff around and fires a spark of lightning out of it, and suddenly the entire room is just awash with fire erupting from him. I mean, you've seen fireballs before. This is a fireball cubed, just a massive blast of boom.
And so what happens if you make the save? That's half or none?
As written. Oh, actually, you know what? I was looking at the wrong section. But it only specifies fire effects. Dang it.
There we go.
So if you make the save, somehow you take no damage.
So I don't know what
Can I
wounds
reroll
you're
my
at.
save? It says a disadvantage, or am I still at disadvantage in the save?
I'll allow you to reroll. Also, anyone who failed the save gains a level of exhaustion.
So okay, so what is actually happening? Are we taking that 110 or not?
You're taking the 110.
Okay.
Could you take the restrained off me? Otherwise, it's gonna tell me I got.
Jim, exhaustion is failing.
Correct. Exhaustion is if you fail.
And it was a deck save, you said.
It was a dex save.
So I still fail.
So is the paladin knocked towards me? That last turn.
Sure.
So then that'll be a pass for the save.
I'm going to say that the blast wave has knocked all of you into the same corner right next to the stairwell.
I hear Malkin say, "Wee!"
By the way, Jim, on a gelatinous 5 cube turn, I made the save, and I got restraints too.
I think I restrained you after you failed another time. Anyways, let's move on. So you guys can see that the alcohol is still pouring out of the statue in the center.
Should we just decide we're going to retreat? Just asking. Oh, we've actually killed their body. Let's
Yeah.
leave.
So okay,
Anybody
hold on a
actually
second.
Dead?
No, you guys, you're not. I have a staff of healing.
Well, how did we? There was another mug in here that started this business off, right?
Yes.
So maybe we can do that one. Now that
You
we've
guys already turned that one back upside down.
oh, let's turn it back again.
Huh?
It wouldn't go. I tried that. The one I turned upside down.
It won't turn.
No, it would not turn back upside down.
The first one.
Yes,
Oh,
I
you
tried
turned it
that.
back upside down. It's just that it didn't stop the flow.
Oh, I thought you said that I could not turn it back upside down.
Sorry, running this is complex. Maybe I was confusing on my... So, Tavok,
That's fine.
I'm seeing you as having failed the save, so you took 110 damage. Oh, that's right. You had the temporary hit points from your wild shape, didn't you?
Hmm.
Oh, wait. That's the wrong save, isn't it? No, that should be the right save. Last God, the only save oh, never mind. At disadvantage, you passed. I'm not making you re-roll. Kern, you've taken the damage. Good. Volantis, don't forget you took 110 damage from the explosion.
Yes, I'm resistant to the fire, so it reduces down to 55. I reduced the temporary to 0, and I've got 34 wounds right now.
Oh, okay. Is that the Helm of Brilliance?
No, that's a Mask of the Dragon Queen.
Okay. So Kern failed the save and has taken the damage. First one was that. So who am I missing?
Malkin, I
Travok?
think.
Travok took the damage.
Varys, did you make... Never mind, there it is.
That's why I asked you the question about the paladin earlier. Malkin's the only one that hasn't, I don't think.
Hasn't done what now?
Actually,
I think Malkin made the save, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
never mind. I'm having trouble because I was counting from the wrong spot.
Okay.
So yeah. So you guys are all in the corner. The fight's over.
Jim, I think removing restraint on Nesca applies. Perhaps?
Restraint should be. Oh, oops. So congratulations, you finished the entire fight with a single spell.
This is why
Awesome.
the bard never carries around attack spells. This is always why I never carry attack spells. It ends bad.
Lose
I'm sorry, I
concentration.
tried to give you a couple of clues. I just didn't want to flat out say, "Hey, fire bad."
Well, it's just the fact that my bard is stuck. Varys is stuck under alcoholic water, pinned down by a gelatinous cube. I have this feeling I'm going to die for the third time in his career. No, I'm not doing this. And I was like, I just need to get out of here. And that was a knee jerk.
I thought it was effective.
It's fun to get blown up sometimes. It's all good.
It was a good way of solving the problem. But we do need to leave this room before we're drowning again.
You are drowned. The alcohol has already refilled the room.
Right. Let's go downstairs.
As you start dragging your way down the stairs, you see there's a couple of levers.
I guess we need to grab a lever.
Do you pull the lever?
Sure.
Before that, I have mass cure wounds. Give me a second.
How are you going to cast while underwater?
It's the staff of healing.
How are you going to cast a spell while underwater?
Still have
no,
to activate.
Yeah, magical items don't require any components.
No, but you still have to say the command
Oh.
word.
Unless there's a command word. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a command word for it. It doesn't say it for the staff.
Oh, it doesn't require material components, doesn't it? Still require. You know what? I'll allow it.
Well, let's just worry about that after we yank the levers. Levers might close a door
Or cause another explosion.
or cause another explosion. One of the two.
There you go.
Thank you.
I can only do that one more time, and then I'd have to roll on a table, and it might disintegrate. So I'm going to be very careful about that.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that again just because of the disintegrate.
Yeah, I'm scared.
But hey, cure wounds for free isn't bad either.
Yeah, especially when it's mass.
Or doesn't it do a normal
does
cure
anyone
wounds?
pull the lever?
Well, either me or Lascal, one of you. I started the mess. All right, I'll yank the lever. Nobody wants to fess
I'm
up.
going close, whether or not last cut.
So you see something at the ceiling is rapidly coming down towards you. It looks like the entire ceiling, and not just one spot. There's something coming down from the entire ceiling straight towards the entire floor of the entire room.
Let's
And,
move.
you can't quite make it out, and then you realize it's the top of the liquid. And about 10 seconds later, the room is clear of alcohol.
That's a mixed blessing.
Also, at this point, oh shoot, so who failed?
Volantis is exhausted.
So is Kurt.
And Travak failed.
So Varys, did you fail?
No, that's why I asked you the question about the paladin if he got knocked
Give
in,
me
so I got
another
that
con
+3.
save.
Oh, I never made a con save.
Yeah, give me a con save.
I'm gonna be standing next to the paladin.
Nope.
So +3, so 24.
You know, what would be really nice is if I could find the sections I know are in here.
Is that con save from the alcohol?
For every 10 minutes you spend in this room, you have to make a con save against exhaustion from the fumes.
Oh, I have advantage on that with my necklace.
There's no way we spent 10 minutes in there, but
Yeah, there's no way. It's not even been a minute yet.
Well, a minute in combat. Oh, fine. I'll give it to you guys. Fine.
I made the save anyways.
Malkin, did you succeeded? Volantis, Lascaux succeeded. Kern did not.
With a 21, I did not. Oh, sorry, 24, I did not.
Sorry, on the deck save.
On the deck save, yes. I did not. What's the con save for then?
Basically, if you spend too long in the room, you have to make another save against exhaustion. But someone convinced me you didn't spend long enough in here for that to actually apply.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got the party started too quickly.
Considering I have the necklace of
lever
adaptation, can I stay in the room without having to worry about exhaustion?
Yes, you could.
So then the exhaustion level that I have is from what?
When the explosion occurred.
Okay.
Apparently, being in the middle of an alcohol explosion is very exhausting.
Right.
That makes for a great story.
Do we continue back down the stairs, or do you want to explore? Do you want me to go explore the room? It's up to you, boys. The alcohol isn't going to affect me.
We can back off a little bit to a room that's not gonna, just make us completely inebriated.
Do you go down or up?
Malkin wants to go down. He thinks this room was too adult for him.
Inspiration again.
I would like to second win on here. I did a roll twice. I'll take the first one.
So are you guys going down or up?
I vote down.
Varys is going to go down. I'll follow third.
Yeah,
So-
down
Alright.
is down is
Down
fine.
to
I'm thinking anything we find, we have to leave anyway. So let's just push on.
So you guys push on, and you make your way down the stairs, and exiting the staircase, you find that this next level is intensely hot. Bubbling liquid, bright red and white, can be seen far below. It looks like magma. The chamber before you has a long, narrow stone walkway that is bisected by what looks essentially like a balance beam. At
Okay,
the far
so-
end of the path is a stone platform with what appears to be another staircase down.
As soon as Malkin sees the room of lava, he is going to gingerly take off his helm of brilliance and carefully wrap it up in his backpack.
That's right, if you take fire damage, you have to roll to see if it explodes, don't you?
If you fail a save against fire, I imagine that might happen if you were to walk around in lava.
What about if you were caught in burning alcohol?
Oh, that would have been bad. Well, good thing I made it.
Yeah, good thing you made it. That really should have been a save for half.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's just if you fail a save. But for what it's worth, I do have evasion, so even it had been saved for half.
Those that succeed take half damage. It was just a sentence away.
Okay, so... Oh,
And
so we're going to have to add a lot more damage to people, but not me.
I'm not doing it. My mistake, let's move on.
The bath healing probably would have taken care of it anyway.
Not
Good
the
point.
entire 110 points halved is 55.
I'm just trying to put a spin on it, but like you said, let's proceed anyway.
Kern, would you like some cure wounds?
I'm good.
Okay.
So I really wish there was a mod here because I've never had any luck with importing maps on my own. But basically, you've got a safe ledge on the north. There is a long span heading south that leads to a grate. And on that span is a balance beam. And the balance beam, on either side of the balance beam, you can see on the walls there are shields. The shields look to be upside down.
Emblems on the shields?
You don't spot any.
What are the dimensions in the room?
60 by 60.
What kind of shape?
With a 15-foot wide safe ledge on the top. Excuse me, 20 foot wide.
Wait, so how 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 wide is the chasm?
Looks to be about 80 feet across.
80 feet.
Which
And,
means the entire room is actually 100 foot square. Sorry.
And there's one span of rock that's going from here to the other ledge, right?
Think of the bridge of Khazad-dûm. And it's
And
not a
where-
ledge on the other side. There's a grate set into the wall. And beyond that grate, you can see what looks like some more stairs.
Do the stairs go up or do the stairs go
Down.
And if you were on the ledge going across the chasm, how far away would the shields be from that person?
About 25 feet.
Did you say on each side or just on one side?
Both sides. There's basically a balance beam laid across the bridge.
ooh, Malcolm wants to go. Who wants to go on the teeter-totter with him?
I'm just trying to picture what he described, so. And I'm lost.
So it is like the bridge of Khazad-dûm. There's a big, there's a pit of lava. Unfortunately, there's like a 5-foot kind of precarious, unrailed bridge that extends across it. But the door is locked there's a grate on the other side. Presumably, it's not great for us. And for some reason, bisecting the middle of this bridge is a sort of teeter-totter. And at the end of either teeter-totter, there's a frickin' shield on a stick that's upside down.
So, are you familiar with the imagery of the bridge at Khazad-dûm?
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but roughly, yes.
So, basically, instead of having a bottomless pit, you have a magma pit.
Yeah, I get all that.
And then you have a balance beam set on top of it with what amounts to levers on either side that you need to turn.
Alright, I will cast Spider Climb. Let's go, Monk.
I'm going to cast Guidance
casting
on you.
Spider Climb on myself.
Cool. All right, so Malkin will.
Keep in mind, I'm not sure who's talking, but keep in mind if this turns into acrobatic checks, if you're exhausted, that's a disadvantage.
That's why I cast Spider Climb.
You are the man.
Yeah, so actually, if you got Spider Climb, we could ignore the bridge altogether. You could just walk along the wall to the shield on one side, and I could run along the wall on the other side. And
don't you fall if you stop? Oh.
Yes, I would, but
you got the movement to go out there, grab it, spin around, and come back.
Exactly.
Well, now that you guys have had a chance to figure out the shape of the room, click. The staircase makes a mighty grinding, and a series of ominous clicks emanate from it. The steps corkscrew up into the ceiling in a flash, and the back wall begins to creep forward. A walkway extends to the south, terminating at an iron-grated staircase. We've already described this. Blah, 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 blah. And the wall looks to be moving at a speed of about 5 feet per round.
Which wall?
The northern wall that's at your back. You're being shoved into the lava pit.
Alright, let's go, Monk. I mean, this is what we had decided, but apparently we were too slow.
Yep.
I'm going out across the bridge.
It's not that you were
We
too
need to-
slow, it's that I was only giving you guys enough time to understand the layout of the room before I hit you with this.
So what do we need to do?
Go out the bridge into the teeter-totter and click the frickin' levers or
Oh,
whatever
and
they
those
are.
of you with high passive perception, you hear some chittering and what sounds like infernal coming from the ceiling overhead, somewhere near the far end.
Hey guys, there's some infernal chittering coming over there from the ceiling on the far end.
So with dark vision, or actually double sight of 120 feet, do we see anything on the ceiling?
Oh wait, I do speak infernal.
Yeah, how about that?
See some things.
I don't, but it's really not going to matter.
I see a horned devil.
So roll initiative. And yes, this is an incredibly, insanely nasty fight if the party isn't prepared for Tier 3 shenanigans. With Tier 3 shenanigan prepared parties, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you what the party IDMs did. It was pretty shenanigy.
So, who are the two people who are going to head on out?
Me and the monk.
Me being Kern?
Yes.
Oh, good. You're right next to each other in the initiative anyways. That was what I was going to offer to do for you guys.
Oh, how nice.
Varys. So
I'm gonna cast my cultural fairy fire because I'm half drow. Presumably, I can get
to
all of
target
them.
yourself?
I'm not targeting myself. I don't. No, I am still targeting myself.
He just wants to
Well,
be
that's
a
perfectly
vampire.
viable. You can fairy fire yourself if you want.
I could, but then I would
And
probably get all
I'll
of
allow
us.
you to catch all of them.
Thank you.
Apparently they were having some kind of gab fest over in the corner. They're talking about, what devil fashions are in style this season.
That said, now that you're... give all of those who failed their first save another save.
Oh, they have advantage. Okay.
Stupid magic resistance.
But you're good. You're already targeting the 3 you need to re-roll. So
Yes.
just roll it again.
2, 3, 4.
Nice. Got 2 of them.
Oh, hey, that's good enough.
So only two.
Yeah, you just have to remove it from number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is the only one that's going to pass. The other ones are failed. And then I'm going to look over at the monk and I'll be like, whatever you're going to do it quick. And then I'll inspire him.
Thanks. I mean, new vow starting now.
So the devil's kind of... It kind of flies on down, looks around, grins. You silly bard. I'm gonna cook you! Cook you to food! Travok.
I've heard that story before.
Can I get over to Horn Devil too?
Can you fly?
No.
It's currently flying over a very deep pit of magma.
I'll get a well shape.
Sorry, it sounded like you said you were going to drop wild shape and then...
Yes. And I'm going. Can I get some of them in a 60-foot radius without hitting anybody else?
You can catch all of them if you're doing what I think you're about to do.
Okay.
You can put them in a Pokeball.
Welcome to the power of the sun.
I mean, at
I
least
think
they're
I
not
know.
undead or oozes. That would be bad. Actually, I'm going to need you to not target all of them.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do this manually because they have the magic resistance. What type of save is it?
Constitution?
Well, is this a spell that you're doing, Eric?
Yes.
Oh, actually, you know what? We can do this easier because if I cast the spell for you, I can apply advantage to it. So go ahead and retarget all of them.
I wonder if you click
You're missing
disadvantage
3.
and then.
Yeah, in order for this to work, I have to click advantage and then I have to click the save button.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thank you.
For some stupid reason, the players can't do it for me.
Yeah, I don't usually use Fantasy Grounds. Like it's been a little while, so.
So confirming, 8th level Sunburst.
Yep.
So 4 and 3 will be blinded. And is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Oh, ow, 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 ow! Now you're in for it! Bun, baby bun! What? I missed! My eyes, my eyes! Why can't I see? I'll take your eyes out. Pop, eyes, pop. But you do notice that the 2 blinded ones basically come down right next to the causeway, blocking it. So, Malkin, Kern, I need both of you to give me athletics
Alrighty.
checks as you execute your plan.
Malkin is going to run along the wall, let's say the right wall, and grab the shield and try to wrench it in the proper manner. Do I need to do any kind of check or anything?
Athletics.
Just to let you know, they need to make another save against the blinded.
Oh yeah, at the end of their turns. Would you?
Not knowing exactly how to wrench it might be make it a little bit more difficult, but you know, I'm just going to try to
Well, you're going to turn it right
feel
side up.
whichever
aren't you?
way it is jointed.
You can see the shields are upside down, so
Oh,
assumably you're going to
is
try and
anyone
turn
else
them
hearing
right
the DM?
side up.
I'm not hearing anything.
Can anyone
I'm not
hear
hearing
me?
anybody.
Anyone?
Oh,
I
now
can
I
hear you.
Okay, maybe it was me. Was it me all along?
Possibly.
I
Can
could hear you
me
again.
now?
Okay, sorry about that. What were you saying, DM?
So you can see that the shield is upside down. Presumably your character is smart enough to realize just turn it right side up, because that's what you guys were talking about doing earlier.
Okay, got it. That's what I'll do.
And Kern, you're doing this at... Oh, does Kern have his spider walk up yet?
He said he cast it.
Kern? Calling Kern.
I see his light lighting up.
You might be on mute.
Thought I see you were trying to talk, but maybe there's a TeamSpeak problem since I was having trouble hearing people.
Yeah, that might be what you need to do.
He said
User disconnected from your channel.
He's restarting TeamSpeak. But actually, you know what? Trying to... I'm going to rule, since it doesn't say otherwise, I'm
User
going to
joined
rule
your
that
channel.
the...
Nope, still can't hear you.
Darn it, the darn.
Kern, if you want to try rebooting your machine, I'll just take control of your character until you get back.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there we go!
Oh, there we go.
Kern, you're
Hello.
back.
I'm back. So we're supposed to be moving at the same time, right?
Yes.
And I have spider climb up, so shouldn't be an issue to get there. You just want an athletics check.
Yeah, both of you will need to give me an athletics check to actually move the shield.
Whoa. Oh, I'll use what? Can I use? Darn it,
I'll
I
let
don't know
you
if it's
use
too
your
late.
inspiration.
Okay, thank you.
Don't you have a
Got 10.
bardic inspiration?
Yep.
Or you can
True.
give that
Okay,
somebody
I'll
else.
use that. I'll use that too, depending on how this goes. But yeah, Malkin has that. Oh, I guess I'll save it.
And Malkin, or Kern, I mean.
Well, he's trying to figure out if he actually succeeded or not, whether he needs to use his bardic inspiration.
You need to give you guys need to turn the shield simultaneously, and you guys do so. And with a grinding sound, you guys can see that the grate at the end of the room grinds open.
All right, so I'm assuming that's both of our actions for the entire turn without making any attacks, right?
So I'm gonna use. I'll use Step of the Wind to run the rust away and end right next to the grate that just opened.
Bonus action dash.
Right.
That will still leave your action because I'm ruling that turning the shields was a object interaction.
Oh, really? Well, is there are the devils within reach of any walls that I could swing at them on my way by?
The two blinded ones are in fact basically blocking the causeway by flying right in front of the grate.
Cool.
They'd
I'll
actually
get
be
one
in
of
your
those.
way if you tried to go through.
Well, that might be a problem, but we'll worry about that later.
Also, they get another con save, I believe it was.
I think at the end of their turn.
They just had a turn, right? So they would, yeah.
So only one of them remained blinded.
Although there's multiple fairy fires too. We just want advantage.
That is kind of funny how the blinded ones also were the ones with fairy fire.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go for the fairy fired one that's not blinded, anyway, and more of a threat. I'm going to do a stun. So, does that mean he falls if he's flying?
Yes. He falls in the magma below. Kersplash.
Oh, he's flat. At least he's not in the way. I'll hit the other one now. Oh, darn it. Oh well, that's fine. I'll hit the other one.
Let me guess, you're going to stun him too.
Oh, I'll try, and I will fail.
Ow, that
but
hurts.
can I-
Ow, are you trying to make me take a bath? I just washed last week.
So there's at least one less devil on the way on the causeway now. So can I find a perch so I don't fall to the fire?
Sure.
Okay, that's my turn.
A precarious, unstable, and very deadly perch.
Okay.
I take it the north.
Sorry.
I walk along the wall a little further,
All right.
and the which one's blinded? Blinded by light. Oh, they're both got fairy fire, so it's advantage either way. Alrighty.
And I believe
Which
it's
one's
number
on the
3 that got
causeway?
stunned. So he is actually in the magma below. You can no longer see him.
All right, so number 4 is one still on the causeway.
Yes.
All right.
I think you would still take falling damage, falling into the magma, even though the magma probably just, gives him a nice shiny coat.
I don't think he's immune to fire.
They are.
Nice. All right, well, I'll throw my hammer at number 4 since he's still on the causeway. All right, and then I'll move farther down the wall towards the grate.
With the 20-foot radius, how many enemies can I get avoiding my allies?
What are you doing?
Ice Storm.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and be nice and say all of them.
Even the one in the magma?
He's still inside the 20-foot radius cylinder.
Oh, yeah. Nice. For once, the cylinder is very distinct from other shapes.
Does not happen very often.
Let's roll that second save.
Please hold further action. I need a moment. And you notice that while they rub a couple of bruises, the cold doesn't seem to have affected them either. Which is odd, actually.
I thought it would be vulnerable.
No,
They are prepared for that cold day in hell.
They resist cold and bludgeoning.
But not fire, so the one that's down in the magma.
They're immune to fire.
Oh, they're immune to fire.
What's odd is why would that only be 4? Oh, because they got half damage.
Well, half of 17 is not 4.
Halved and halved again.
I think they maybe didn't take any bludgeoning. Are they immune to non-magical bludgeoning?
No, what's going on is 17, have it becomes 8, have it again.
Oh, because they all made their saves. I gotcha. Oh, wait, no, one failed.
And he took
3.
8.
And he took 8. Okay. Yep.
They are not
All right.
immune to hammer damage, thank God.
Well, it's magical hammer damage that's important. And all of this, I still haven't done some math, sorry. Okay, turn order resume.
All right. So targeting Horn Devil number 4, who is on the causeway.
Why did you have it?
Ooh.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because he's very fired. But even still, wow.
Double one.
And blind. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And another one.
Oh, that's so much better. A 1 and a 2.
Let me get my bad roll. I've had so many bad rolls. Okay, that's attack number 2. That hits. That's also going to move him 10 feet.
That was a
misses.
miss.
Nah.
It says
It
miss.
was. It was. I'm sorry. Sorry. I just assumed. Wow. Okay, my third attack then. All right, that's finally a hit.
I took that damage off that from that second hit.
Okay, appreciate that. Okay, that 1/3 hit is going to knock him back 10 feet. So if he can clear the causeway so we can proceed, that would be nice. And then I'm going...
I'll let you angle yourself to achieve that.
I appreciate it. I'm then going to quicken Eldritch Blast so I can hit it 3 more times, or at least shoot at it 3 more times.
So,
All right.
congratulations, you have determined its AC the hard way.
I've accomplished something then, right?
So, wow, you rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3, and you hit on a 3.
All right, so that was attack number 4. This is attack number 5. And that's attack number 6. So I've hit it 4 times, so he should be very clear away from the causeway at this point. And the causeway is clear for us to proceed. If we go across that bridge, is that going to be wide enough that if we proceed carefully, it's safe, or is it going to be dangerous even under the best of circumstances?
Let me double check what the mod says.
Perfectly safe as long as you're running underneath the bridge.
What?
Yeah, that's
safe
yeah,
as
that's,
long as you have spider climb.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I came prepared.
So, yeah, you're going to have to make a save as you walk down it.
And it's how many feet across? Actually, a save is not a bad
80.
thing at all. 80. So if I dashed, would that be 1 round, or would that be how many times are you making the save? Like every time you end your movement on it? When
I
you
think
turn on it?
anytime you make any movement on it.
All right, and how fast is that north wall still moving towards us? Do we have
5
another
feet
round?
around, so it hasn't even moved yet.
Okay, I'm going to stay my ground, but what I want to do is be close to my paladin buddy, and that'll be my turn.
And that's just written bad because it just says any character that moves any length, that moves along the edge for any length of travel. It's just confusingly written.
I'm saving my dimension door because I'm not even going to chance it.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, I said I'm saving my dimension door.
Give
Well,
me
yeah,
an
but-
insight check.
Have you not played 4-8 or
We did.
not familiar with the magic of this castle?
Maybe the DM didn't impose as much of it as I think he should have then.
Teleport
I didn't really run
magic
into a whole lot of
inside the
issues.
castle? No.
Well, it might not be a hard no, but it might be like, I don't know about that.
The thing is, like, Seer doesn't say impossible; she says it's very difficult. I was listening for the keywords on that, so maybe
There you
it
go.
could be, but I don't know. Varys doesn't know.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
mock.
going to upgrade it to a hard no. Because I'm
I'd
just going
rather
to give
have the
this to
hard
you.
no and save the spell slot.
I'm going to give this to you. Your spell's effect is replaced. Instead of teleporting you where you want to go, you're given a saving throw. If you succeed the throw, nothing happens. If you fail it, you're teleported to the top of the tower. If you fail it by 5 or more, you're teleported to Waterdeep. By 10 or more, you're teleported to a random plane of existence of my choice.
Yeah, I'll hard no that with you. I agree, concur.
I'm just hard knowing as in that effect is no fun to me. It's a bad design to knock someone out of the adventure.
In an AL game, yeah, that's not really that great.
I
Okay,
thought it was
I
when
am
you pass
gonna.
the save, it functions as normal, but yeah.
And that
That's
triggers.
not how it's written. It's written as the spell's effect is replaced.
Either way, I'm gonna mock the Horned Devil number 4. That it just got knocked back a bunch of times, and the Warlock didn't even try.
What?
Never mind, he laughs back at me. And then I will cast Bardic Inspiration on who doesn't have it yet. Malkin's got it. Voltanus, Bardic Inspiration on you. I believe you. Oh, thank you.
This is no fun. I want my meats.
Come on over here, you little bastards. I got some nice chunkies for you.
And
Like
he
a
comes
Brooklyn
swooping
deli.
on over at your invitation. And right now, I wish I had the map because it would be easier than all this scrolling. Oh dear, and I bet you're not going to try and drop your weapon to shield that.
Probably not.
And I am sorry that your local DMs misled you.
He might have just missed it because he was kind of under a time crunch.
It says the spell effect has changed. It doesn't say replaced. But it's all good. I think you're actually being
my comment
nicer.
was addressed to Kern because his local DMs let him use Sharpshooter and Spellcast with his Dwarven Thrower.
Oh.
So, Travok, it's your turn.
Not a problem.
How many can I get in a 60-foot line?
I'll be generous and give you 2.
So I'll do a number 2 and number 1. I'll roll again.
So sorry to steal that failure out from under you. So what are you hitting? Ow?
So 2 can take 20 then. And level 1 is blinded.
You're doing another sunburst?
That was sunburst is a sunbeam.
Sunbeam does 6 die 8. You just did 12 die 6.
Oh, sorry.
And somehow they both took full damage. You know what? I'll rewind it some other time. So I assume you head on
Okay.
down the causeway?
Yes.
So the Horned Devil comes flying up and says, "You're going to sunbeam me? Take this!" And give me a strength check. Excuse me, I'm going to rephrase that. My apologies. This is a shove, so it is a contested athletics versus your choice of acrobatics or athletics.
But you'll never beat a 5. Mwahaha. Oh, that was us that made a 5. Darn it.
Well, can I re-roll with acrobatics?
You may, because I failed to properly explain what was going on. That said, just the difference in modifiers was enough for you to succeed.
Okay.
So it tries to shove you off the causeway and fails. And, oh, Malkin, you're standing on the causeway, right?
That one's stunned.
Yes, but this one is stunned.
Sorry. This one, however, is not stunned.
Yep, he is blinded, however.
Strangely enough, blind gives disadvantage on attack rolls, not on shoves.
Bring it on.
So he tries to shove Malkin. Okay, natural 20. I've got to reward that. He tries to shove Malkin, and you just do a little judo thing, and suddenly he goes skidding halfway down the pit before he recovers.
Well, can I make him think that he shoved me successfully, but actually I'm like running underneath the causeway and popping up on the other side and then waving cheerfully?
Sure. And Horned Devil number 5 is going to fly over and try and shove Kern.
Spider climb. Give me any extras for that?
I'll allow you to have advantage.
Works for me.
Just because I'm in a hurry.
Wow.
So
Tie goes to me.
You're right. That
That's
was a
what-
tie.
That was piss poor rolling.
Malkin, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. Let's I will point at him and do like 2 fingers into my eyes and into his eyes, like I'm watching you.
And then?
Oh, whoops. Why didn't that work? Thought I had it targeted.
I don't think you do.
Oh, that's
And
weird.
even your hunter's mark looks like you applied it to yourself.
I better not hit myself. Oh, I hate when I do that. Waste of a hunter's mark. Alrighty.
And none of the others are actually in a position where you can get at them.
Well, can I run along the wall to get at it even?
Actually, I'll let you get at 5 by wall running.
Cool.
2 and 5 are over by me on the wall. So,
Oh, that's right. 2 did try and attack. No, 2 is actually too far away from the wall. It's 10 feet out.
Okay.
well, it's got reach.
Yes.
Good to know, I guess.
Alright, so I missed that one and then run on back.
So currently there aren't any devils next to me, even though they both were over here, right?
One of them is right next to you, the one that tried to shove you.
That was number 5.
Yes.
Number 5 gets an attack of opportunity as I walk right by him and laugh at him.
Please, oh great gods, give me a crit.
And then at that wanky number 2, actually, yeah, wanky number 2. I'm gonna toss some hammers his way. He's the one that actually hit me. Oh, you were talking about crits? There you go.
Yes, I was talking about crits, but they weren't supposed to go to you.
Yes, they were. Ah, almost that one. And the last one. Oh,
User in your channel
That's
timed
awesome.
out.
Combo breaker.
can't believe I didn't kill him. And I moved 35 feet down the wall towards the grate.
These are definitely tier 3 opponents. They are not easy to kill. A CR11 creature should not be an easy kill.
Nope, I agree.
Before Let's goes to the great versus their enemies along the way.
You've got a clear walk straight down to the grate.
Okay, then before going there, can he hit the devil 2? Then
Nope.
okay, which one could he hit?
None.
Then I'll just yeah, I don't want to get rid of my magical weapon, so I guess I'm stuck going toward the grate. That's it.
Yeah, sorry, these guys are flying over the pit just to keep out of melee range of most of you.
I'll ready battle axe in case one comes into my range.
Yeah, we could really just leave. You know, we don't have to kill these guys.
Well, that's why I've been moving towards the grate.
You guys are doing a lot better than my group on Thursday night did. Or Friday night. The northern wall was halfway down the pit before we even got the door opened. I mean, literally, we had another turn and the shields would have been out of reach.
But did your group make a room explode and almost potentially kill like the party?
No, there
That was
is
pretty close.
that. We avoided that difficulty.
I was a little upset. I was like, "Ah, crap! I probably just killed everybody."
So Volantis is disconnected. So I'm going to say the Sorcerer Warlock dashes his way through the grate.
User entered your channel.
So the wall grinds forward
This is-
another 10 feet, and it's Varys Astorio's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bless on Lakshaw, myself, and Voltanus, and then I'll start making my way across the bridge.
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to ask for dex saves, wasn't I?
Do you need us to roll dex saves when we cross the bridge, or when we're standing
Please
on the
do.
bridge?
When you
Okay.
cross it.
Okay, so I can only move 30 feet right now. And I think who's around me when I cross the bridge? Is a paladin anywhere nearby?
A 14 passes anyways.
Okay. And then I'll Bardic Inspire. Oh, he's gone.
So is that
Did
your turn?
Voltanus? Yeah. Did Voltanus drop out completely?
No, I'm logging back in.
Okay. In that case, I'll Bardic Inspire Lakshaw.
And the Horned Devil decides to throw some flame your way. Travak.
I'm gonna shoot a blight at it. And I'll move 30 feet. Do I need to make the save still?
Yes. So you managed to walk another 30 feet. Were you already on the causeway?
Yes.
Then you're through the grate and safe.
Okay.
So who's still in the room?
Volantis is still in the room.
Volantis
I don't-
dashed through the grate while you were gone.
Who dashed? Everybody else?
Volantis.
Oh, okay.
It was your turn. You were AFK. I just took the safe option.
That was a good move. Thank you.
So I believe we have just Kern, who's at the grate but not through it. Oh, and I think it's just Kern. So Kern, there's 3 devils before you get to go, and they're going to try and shove you.
I laugh. Is the paladin within 10 feet of me?
These are
I mean,
checks,
well-
not saves. The paladin's ability
Yeah, I
does
know.
not apply.
Yeah, I know.
No, Malkin actually didn't. I didn't say that I was going to go through the grate. I should have. So I probably would default to going back to where I was before, which is just in the room side of the grate. So if you want to shove him, I think that would be fair.
Your intent was to go through the grate. I'll take that.
Okay, thank you.
So Kern, you need to give me 3 opposed checks.
Still get advantage for spider climb, right?
Sure. And
Looks like I
you
failed the first
one, so give me a dex save. So you fall slightly. The thing shoves you and you lose your grip, but you're able to grab a hold somewhere else. You don't actually fall all the way into the pit. You just fall like 5 feet. And your
Okay,
second
so-
check.
You still need checks, right?
If you're their last toy, they're going to get dinner out of you.
Not really.
And one last check.
This would be pretty heroic if you manage to stave him off. Oh, nice!
So that's their 3 turns. Malkin is through the gate. Do you want to do anything? Or shall we just go ahead and let Kern disengage, walk through the grate, and you guys can continue on?
Okay. I mean, I would, try to, push them out of the way to make sure he has room or whatever, but if we can just kind of hand wave that we're going to bugger out, then I'm off of that.
Does anyone object to just hand waving that you bugger out?
Nope.
Nope.
Well,
Sounds good.
I'm just going to take 3 swings at number 2 and then walk out.
You'd actually need 1 swing at each of them or you're taking opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I know. Well, I would take 2 swings at number 2 or however many it takes to kill him. And then I would take OPs from the other 3.
Alright. Let's go ahead and give your attacks.
And actually, the first one will be just a regular melee, and then I'll walk away from him.
Actually,
then,
2 was not within... I see what you're going at. The others are in melee range with you. 2 was not, I don't think.
They all shoved me.
2 just hurled flame. He didn't shove you.
Oh, okay.
So if you're just going to take the opportunity attacks from the other 3, go ahead and add an extra D8. Just roll a D8.
Why am I rolling a D8?
Okay, your plan is to walk out of melee range of the other 3, then throw, right?
Yes.
So, and when you throw, you get an extra D8 damage.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you kill him.
And then I'll just keep walking. Actually, I'll throw twice at another one, but it's not going to kill him, so... And then I'll just keep walking. So go ahead and take your attacks.
You're just covering our retreat.
Pretty much. And I knew he was bound to get one at some point in time. Why are you getting tail attacks?
Excuse me?
Attack of opportunity is only 1 attack.
3 targets.
No, he's attacking.
3 sources.
Yeah,
It
3
just
tail
happens to
attacks.
say Horn Devil 5 each time.
I'm using Horned Devil 5 because he's the closest. It's 1 from each of them.
I think that's where the confusion's coming from. That's all.
I'm seeing 1,
It's actually
2,
it's 3 attacks.
3,
He missed
4.
one. He missed once and hit twice. That's 3 attacks.
Oh, he did it twice. I missed 28. My bad.
So you're able to get through without suffering the effects of their sting.
Okay. Does it look like they're following us?
It looks like they just all fly straight down. Then you hear some splashing. And then you hear
the
this
wall
most
keep moving?
awful sound in the universe, and you all grasp your ears in horror. As they all start singing in unison, "Splish splash, I was taking a bath."
Malkin has to draw a picture of that. Take the peak so you can get it right.
Varys is going to look over at Kern and be like, would you like some healing now?
We're taking a long
Certainly.
rest. Some of us are exhausted.
You guys don't think
Well,
you
it
have
depends.
enough time for a long rest?
Should we
Okay.
take a short one?
Let's see what we find downstairs. We're in a stairwell right now. I don't know if it's really appropriate venue for tea time.
I have a feeling, though, that the next room is going to be another type of challenge involving combat in deadly environments.
All right. Well,
So maybe,
DM, can we take tea in the hallway in the stairs?
You guys want to take a short rest? You think you probably have enough time for that. There may be consequences.
There you go, Kern. You want another one?
Thank you, sir. No.
You just gave him a level 4 Cure Wounds
Yep.
from your staff?
No, my actual spell slots.
Ah,
I
okay.
have I burned 2 first levels, 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth, and 1 fifth.
No, that's good. Save your spell slots.
Yeah. If I get a short rest, I'll get all my bardic inspiration back too.
Well, if we get a short rest, we get the Song of Rest too. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah, but if you look at the party sheet, you guys are in pretty good shape without a short rest at this point.
And I can just switch over to doing nothing but healing. That way, we don't really have to worry about stopping.
Well,
I'm actually okay pushing on if you want to save or one short rest for a little bit later.
Yeah.
that's fine then. I'd like second wind back, but that's just my preference.
Right before the boss fight.
It's all good. Malkin will put back on his shiny helmet.
I guess I'll take the lead.
If we
If we're not taking a short rest, the spider climb lasts for an hour, so it'll be up. So
This section really went into in favor. Like I was in a game of run. It was really the most difficult part of this module.
Yeah, that section that you just finished, in a lot of ways, is the most difficult part of the mod.
That was a really good idea to use spider climb. I wasn't going to have Malkin even think of running along the wall unless someone else thought of something similar first. So, good call.
Even more fun, I'm reasonably certain the mod calls for them having to be turned simultaneously.
well, that's tough in
I
the
was also-
turn-based stuff. So
Yeah, that's one of the things that just kind of... it tries to imply that, and then it doesn't, and it's just kind of weird reading.
right,
No,
so I
actually,
guess
it's
we'll
pretty
go.
That was
easy
another
to
one that I
do.
was going to have Malkin just... I was not knowing that it's supposed to be simultaneous. I was going to roleplay that Malkin was not going to have it do it simultaneous, and then we have to try again the next round. But again, kudos to the group because we got it.
So someone mentioned having a really shenanigansy way of solving that.
Oh yeah, so the group just cast two. They had two staffs of power, so they just cast two. What is that called? Wall of Force.
Yeah.
That just completely hemmed in the devils, and then they just kind of sauntered across on top of the wall of force.
Yeah. My solution to that I was complaining Friday night, oh, if only I brought my wizard. Wall of Force straight down the center, and then out towards the shields. In a T shape.
Yep.
Because it's 10 by 10 sections.
Right. Yeah. You couldn't. You do need two walls of force to completely contain the devils. So if you only have one, then yeah, you can at least make it safe and get out to the shield.
All right, on down the stairs we go, lads. Let's find out what's ahead.
And I think we're a little bit behind, actually, by the way. Not sure.
I got nowhere else to be.
Actually, no, we're ahead. I think. Hard to tell.
We're doing fine.
Either way, we go down the
So-
stairs.
So you guys head on down. I assume Malkin puts his Helm of Brilliance back on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have enough light that, unlike the space above, the disregard. I'm in the wrong section again.
Yeah, but that's right. The previous room has natural lava illumination, and I don't think the next one has anything.
Yeah, no, this one does. Light. So you guys continue on down. You find that this next room is actually fairly well lit. The first thing you notice is there's a desk and a chair sitting in front of you, and there's a placard on the wall sporting an inscription in Dethic, placed between two carved faces of Abathur. In service to glorious Abathur. What is yours is mine. What is mine is forever. Leave twice what you find, or you will see the sun never.
Can you put that in the chat window?
I might, if I was in a good mood.
I really didn't mean to crit your horn devil twice. Maybe.
That doesn't sound sincere enough. Okay, editing done. What? Why the double return? The hell? So for some reason,
Well,
Fantasy Grounds wants to insert an extra return there. Whatever. In addition, this floor is cooler than the magma-filled one above, but the air is heavy with the scents of coins and metal. Looking around, it appears that you have found Durlag's treasure vault. Piles of coins, gems, and other valuables stretch from wall to wall. The value is immense and could be easily enough to purchase the entirety of Waterdeep, or at least a seat as a masked lord. Just barely visible over the piles of treasure, you can see the heads of 4 dwarven statues off in the distance.
Remember,
Malkin
everyone,
whistles.
this is a dwarven trickster god.
yes, don't touch nothing. Don't take anything.
What's yours is mine, what's mine is forever. That doesn't sound good. So,
Says leave twice what you find. We haven't found anything.
No,
what do we see? What is there to find? Can I do a perception to spot findable thing?
One moment, rereading something I missed the first time.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it that way, we found a ton of treasure, and we don't have twice that amount.
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, realistically.
Oh, all the well, if we don't take the treasure. So wait, there's piles of treasure around. Is what you're saying?
The treasure, but we're
Piles
not.
and piles and piles. Have you ever watched Aladdin?
Yes.
You know that scene when they're walking down the piles of treasure?
And Abu is losing his mind. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, you're a boo.
Oh well, one of us is okay.
Do we have any dwarves in the party?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be Kern. Durr. But yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's Aladdin's cave. I mean, you see gems and jewels, and it's just rich as beyond imagining. Jeweled short swords, goblets. You spot one thing that you think is a golden soil pot with ruby emeralds around the rim.
Ooh, Malkin wants to look at that.
Don't touch nothing.
I mean, it's scatological and it's shiny. He really wants to touch it.
Is there a door or anything that we can see from this point other than the 4 statues' heads?
So if you walk through the treasure, you do spot another section of room, and you see the 4 statues.
Is it the same kind of 4 statues that were upstairs?
One moment.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to sift through some of this in order to figure that out. But I mean, I'll head up
So
with
as
the
you walk
majority of
through
the group.
the map and description is a bit confusing. I'm not sure what they're trying to mean. So what I'm going to say is that the treasure is just piled up around the sides of the room, and then when you walk into the center, it is the exact. It's 4 statues in a square formation facing a 20 by 20 foot square. It's the same layout as above. This is now the third time you've seen it.
Alright, so does this look like it's the same type of puzzle thing to... Is there any treasure on the floor in between the statues?
I need a few minutes break for water and whatnot. So while you guys
Alright.
are looking through, I just need to stand up for a bit, get a drink, etc., etc. Sorry.
No problem.
Oh.
Yeah, so someone mentioned not to touch anything, so that will hold off Malkin for a little while at least. But you know,
Yeah, it's just
still
funny because we're
interested,
looking
yeah.
around the room and Malkin sees a flower pot. He's like, "Ooh, flower pot!" And I'm looking over at Malcolm like, "Please don't touch that! Please don't touch that! Please don't touch that!"
No, just if someone just encourages him not to, whenever his impulses are taking control, he'll listen.
I don't encourage. I'm embarking the order. Don't touch anything.
Okay, all right. He looks properly chastened. So.
So if there's no treasure in the middle of the statues, it's probably another elevator either going down or up.
I'm thinking that's probably the case.
And I'm hoping that it goes down, because this might be all the treasure, but this isn't what we're looking for.
Just trying to figure out what the little rhyme there. Leave twice what you find. Now,
Yeah, well,
in reference to
you guys
what?
should read the read what the GM pasted. Is there maybe a hint in there?
I hinted where?
The text that is describing the 4 statues.
Alright, it's the same one as that was
It
upstairs.
is not the same. Otherwise, he wouldn't have bothered pasting it.
Shorn is the same.
Is it though? Is it though?
I copied
Is
and
it
pasted.
though?
I copied and pasted from before, and I'm looking at it.
And they both say there's a shallow depression where a necklace might be. Because I don't think so.
Should be placed.
Oh, I'll talk about the statement. Let me see.
Oh, the necklace from the first room. Or from the golems.
It's going to be tough to get that back with the wall there. It's
You
behind
know,
us.
you guys all wanted to be super cautious.
It's back with the golems in the first room. Or second
It's
room.
not like there's a room full of devils and
Well, really, if we just go back, we can kill a couple devils, and it's free access from that point on, right?
I can cast
Except for the
invisibility
wall
on
that
someone
was
too.
coming across.
Yeah, I forgot about that. In the room full of booze.
I don't particularly have a problem with the devils, and I can get through the alcohol room because of my necklace of adaptation.
You can
It's
just
just,
hop, skip, and
it's just a
jump.
matter of whether that wall is still in place in the last room that was coming forward to push you along.
So I'm back.
Alright, so was there any treasure in that 20-foot square between the statues?
None.
Which of the 2 statues up top animated? Was Shorn and
The crafter.
the crafter?
Yeah.
I'm going to say you're reading too much into it. That is a red herring. It was not specified.
Right, well,
No,
we were
correct.
just looking at the point where it's the Shorn has a shallow depression where a necklace should be placed, and that's what one of the flesh golems dropped.
Correct.
And do we know that it was the Morden statue that had "I am that which is necessary. I protect my people." That above, right?
Yeah,
And the
Shorn had
Shorn
that.
statue above had the same thing on the plate.
And the holy symbol was what? What was the holy symbol that it had?
Moradin.
So does anyone happen to have another Morden holy symbol on them, by any chance? Anyone a Morden worshiper?
I did pick up that one in the crafter's shop.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Those were Morden holy symbols, right?
More importantly, didn't you guys pick up the necklace from the other one?
I did.
Upstairs? No, they specifically did not. Malcolm wanted to. He was shouted down.
Oh, all right.
But I do have one of the holy symbol necklaces of Moradin from the crafter's hall outside.
None
The
of
ones
those were
that had the-
necklaces. They were just emblems.
Oh, they're just
So they
emblems. Okay.
they had the
So at
pegs
this
on
point,
them, and you could make like a gear key out of it, kind of a thing.
no, the gear was from putting the amulet on the tree pegs,
Right.
and I do have that, but does that look like it's gonna fit?
Doesn't it?
It's not a necklace.
I thought it was an amulet. Amulet implies you put it over your neck.
Okay, are you talking about the thing you got last game by combining the symbol and the leaf?
Yeah.
That was not an amulet.
Alrighty then. So it looks like, is there any way to get back across the chasm?
Sure.
Did the wall recede?
Yes.
How fast can our monk move?
He's pretty fast.
Yeah, I could go if I dash. I can go 195 in one round.
I can cast invisibility on you, and then that way, if nothing that requires sight to see, you can just run all the way back and run back.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but don't you have to spend key points to do the second dash?
I would, yes. But with the single dash, I can still get across any of these rooms.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would need to spend key points, but if you're willing to do that.
The advantage of doing a key point would be I could spend my action to hide, and then still dash.
That seems like a good plan, but and one other alternative is we never actually took it. And if we did take it, we'd have to return it twice over. Is it possible that by not having to take it in the first place, we don't owe anything, and therefore we can proceed? Probably not, but just a thought.
Well, it looks like there needs to be something placed in the shallow spot on this particular statue.
On the other statues, they triggered when we were walking down the stairs. I mean, we could just try to proceed and see what happens. There is a stair there,
Proceed
correct?
where?
There's no stairs here.
Okay, that's corrected.
Ron, can we? Malkin has been looking intently at the treasure, and his friends keep shouting at him to stop. Is there any checks we can make regarding the treasure? Perhaps a desk and books or anything like that?
Perhaps there's a necklace in here that will match what we need to put on the dwarf.
Perhaps.
You find dozens of necklaces.
Oh, look at that.
Are they the same as before? That plain copper one?
No,
Look closely at them.
they're all very rich.
But what symbol is on it?
None of them seem to be religious.
Well, what about the coins? What symbol's on the coins?
You don't recognize half of them. The other half you recognize is just, yeah, that's the seal of Waterdeep, all right. Don't know who this particular lord is, but it's a Waterdeep coin. Or it's a Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, Othkatla, so on and so forth.
Nice.
So it looks like there's two places that we need to put stuff in: the coins and the necklace. I don't see anything about the Delver or Delver after.
Wait, where is there a place to put coins? With the hunter?
Or is it the Delver?
Oh, indentations scattered around his feet. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, you want to put some coins in the indentation?
Yeah, if we can find any in the area that are going to fit in those indentations, I guess.
Well, let's leave our own.
Well, I have coins, but I don't know if they'll fit.
Well, can we estimate what coins to put in to fit? Investigate check.
There are 10 spots. It's hard to tell. I mean, they take coins. That much is for sure.
What kind of coins
The question
was
is,
it?
are the coins different size? Like a gold coin might be bigger than a copper coin, or vice versa.
Or is it that it only takes tokens and we have to find a token machine around here?
You. Doesn't look like No, it looks like all the coins are about the same size.
Alright, I'll pull out a gold coin and see if it's the size of the hole. I won't drop it in, but just to kind of eyeball it.
As you drop, you don't drop it into the slot?
No, I'm just eyeballing it to see if it's the same size.
So what are you eyeballing?
A gold coin.
It looks like about the same size. It's the size of a coin.
Alright, lads. I'm willing to cough up 10 gold here.
I think he would like that.
Just be prepared in case this another one of them trap things.
Oh, I think the bless would have worn off by now too.
Or do we want the monk to run back and get the other necklace at this point? Before I put coins in.
I mean, I'm willing to burn the second level spell slot for invisibility to help him out that, so he can bypass.
Malkin, do you think that's what needs to be done for this necklace piece?
Oh, Malkin is enthusiastic to do such a thing, but whatever you think is best.
Alright, go get it, boy.
Alright, invisibility.
All right. So can Malkin just invisibly dash his way upstairs, pulling the appropriate levers that we are now aware of, in order to go get the necklace and bring it back down?
Well, there's no levers to pull. You didn't reset any of the traps, so you're able to just run straight up.
Yeah, you just have to run up, grab it, and come back here.
While you're up top, you can hear
well,
what sounds like...
Can I reset? Can I reset any traps on my way back down? I mean, I guess I can. Can I at least? Is there a way to close that? Let's see. Oh yeah, there was a handle just outside the alcohol room, right?
That is what re-raised the barriers around the statue.
Oh yeah, so I'll pull that on my way back down.
It's already pulled.
I'll push it then.
No. Leave it, because we turned the goblet upside down. So if anybody comes in and turns the goblet upside right, they will set the trap off.
Yeah, but the door's wide open now. There's nothing keeping them. There's no reason that they would even mess with it. They could just come down. We need to make the force wall come back somehow.
There was always an open door when we
The
walked
point
in.
is there's nothing blocking access to the stairs anymore. It was
Yeah,
access to the stair was blocked via the statue in the center, which is currently in the open position.
Remember when we flipped the statue in the middle? That's when the current started going toward the stairwell. There wasn't a current before then because there was some kind of force preventing it. So I'm trying to put that force back up.
So before you get there, while you're still grabbing the necklace, you hear some banging coming from upstairs.
Uh-oh. Okay. You want me? Can I make like a general stealth check for just not trying to be a bit sneaky during this whole operation?
You already have invisibility, and from the sounds of it, you think someone's trying to open up the front gate.
Ooh. Okay. And I'm gonna go upstairs and Like there were four things we had to swap around to get down the first elevator. No, wasn't there four things we had to match up?
Yes, there were.
So I want to nick one of the. Oh, I probably can. Never mind, because then I couldn't get back down myself.
Precisely. I mean, you can move the stuff around, but as soon as you do, the elevator stops working.
Okay, never mind. Well, I'll just report back then what I hear. I will try to push the lever on my way down in case that can reactivate something in the alcohol room. And do I see any likewise lever inside the grate to reclose the grate or anything like that?
The only levers you see are the two shields you guys turned upside down.
Okay, well, I'm leaving them alone then. Just dashing through.
So you bring the necklace on down.
Can we get a general estimation on what the necklace is worth?
Already looked at it. It's just copper. It's like probably basic holy symbol price, if that.
Yeah, I would like to make an appraisal on the necklace so I can at least double its amount in the room.
A gold piece.
Well, let's leave 10 gold pieces in those 10 gold piece slots. That'll cover it.
That's fine. And then you want to put the necklace in first, or you want to put the coins in first?
One of those.
First of all, just hold the necklace up and see if it's actually going to match the indentation.
Okay. Logan holds it up and puts it on.
So you're putting the gold coins in and then the amulet onto the statue?
Yep.
And I'll leave an extra
coins
10 gold in the pile for the copper necklace we found.
As you stick the coins into the holes, you see the stone underneath resizes to fit them exactly. And as you put the necklace on, you can see the statue shifts, and it's wearing the necklace.
Anything else happen?
Nope.
Interesting.
Okay, so I sit on the chair. It's worked before. Pretend to sit on a chair. I pretend to sit on a chair.
Well, we need to do something with the crafter. His hand is outstretched as if he once held something. There's a plate at the base of his statue reads, "I am the balance between war and defense. I am stretched thin, but
Malkin, give me a
strong."
wisdom check.
Is there a set of scales anywhere in the area?
And actually, you can make that... Oh, never mind. While you were upstairs, you noticed that the last statue had a jeweled gauntlet on its... draped over its hand.
Okay. I will create an illusion of a gauntlet with fog and elemental attunement, and sort of place that in the appropriate
As soon as
statue.
you bring it close, it melts away.
But I've at least demonstrated to my friends what it is we need to do. Hopefully.
So this gauntlet goes on the statue upstairs then?
I guess so. Anyone got a gauntlet?
Was the gauntlet upstairs removable?
Nope.
As if it once held something. Are there any jewel-encrusted gauntlets that match that description anywhere here? I'm assuming you can do a minor illusion of what it looked like, right?
You find a couple of very ornate... actually, no. No, you don't find anything.
Alright. You want to go to investigating, looking for clues? You try to figure out what's going on here. Maybe Arcana. Try to figure out how
I'll
to
cast
activate this
guidance.
magic.
I'd like to assist, but
Who's doing it?
I thought you were going to do it. I was going to cast guidance on you. There's a kind of a delay on my microphone.
do you have some sort of history check that maybe we can do there, Varys?
We do not have any intelligent characters. Okay.
Hey, so did we put coins in each of the 10 slots, or just one coin in a slot?
All 10.
So did none of you have any type of gloves on your character?
Breastplate.
Well, I have a gauntlet on the full plate that I wear. Fine, I'll take the gauntlet off that I use on my left hand to hold the shield. Place it in the hand of the crafter.
And the instant you do, the floor starts lowering.
Oh, nice.
Alright, hang on, lads. I don't know if this is the end of the journey, but whatever's below us is probably going to be nastier than what was above us.
Unlike the space above, the treasures contained here are deliberately placed and appear to be reverently held. Objects of affection and baubles of Durlag's many adventures have been lovingly laid out along shelves and inside of display cases. Holy symbols of Clangeddin Silverbeard are plentiful, 2 crossed silvered axes over a field of blue. Durlag's marble casket is near the north wall, and standing at the southern wall, directly opposite of Durlag's resting place, is a huge, leather-wrapped parcel.
How huge?
Looking. Seven feet on a side.
What are the dimensions of the room?
How tall?
Mostly the same as all the other rooms.
Call it 12 by 12, I think. So times 5 is 60. So about 60 feet by 60 feet, but it isn't perfectly square. There's a niche at the south, and then there's a much larger niche at the north where the the body appears to be laid.
About a 10-foot divot.
Yeah, the back one is about a 10-foot divot. The front one is more like a 15-foot smooth, curved, very large resting area.
Right.
I mean, the wall's been carved out in a curve that goes 10 feet deep and is the better part of 40 feet wide.
Okay, thank you.
So where is this wrapped leather
And
parcel?
in front of the lapped leather parcel is a silver battle axe. And Kern, you feel yourself drawn to it. You find yourself wanting to walk over there and pick it up.
Careful.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Can I resist the urge?
Of course you
Is
can.
it like a bejeweled battle axe? Is it a battle axe or is it a great axe?
It's a battle axe.
Well, I already have a really good hammer, so I'd like to resist the urge to go pick it up.
You may. Does anyone worship Clangeddin Silverbeard?
Yes, I do.
Then you
Really?
feel double the you feel double the pool. And since you're resisting, does anyone worship Moradin?
I'm Zavros.
So yeah, I mean the axe there is calling to you, Kern, begging you, please come pick me up.
Unfortunately, it's right in front of that leather thing that I want to check out.
So,
Yes, it
so this
is.
is the so the Silverbeard. That's the one god that you worship.
Yeah, actually, Clangeddon is my deity.
That's awesome. Like, come on, you got to do it.
Yeah, you kind of. I mean, there's what there are the three core like dwarven gods. It's Moradin, Clangeddon, and then what's the other one?
I want to say Rear-X, but I think that's just another name for Moradin.
Yeah.
What's the rest of the people doing at this point?
I mean, we were here for an artifact, right?
We're supposed to find an artifact. Are we supposed to bring it back or just find it?
Well, let's look at all the stuff. They said there's a room full of stuff. Let's look at everything.
Pretty much everything else looks like just treasure. It's gold. It's not anything particularly interesting. The only items that appear to be of interest are that leather-wrapped parcel, 7 foot on a side, and the axe. And right
well,
about now, the axe is calling to Malkin.
That's a Malkin? Oh, well, Malkin will go over and pick it up.
Nothing bad happens, but you can feel powerful magic here. Your fingers just about vibrate under its effects.
Malkin strikes a pose, but then realizes this is not a monk weapon and just kind of lays it back down and shrugs.
The entire room seems somehow sadder when you put the weapon down.
Okay, well, he picks it up. He doesn't want the room to be sad.
Malkin,
He'll offer it to his friends. Anyone else want to?
Why don't you bring that over here, Malkin?
He will.
Varys would like to do a history check on this thing, see if maybe it had some kind of cultural significance to the dwarves.
Oh, actually, there was a section I missed. The treasure is labeled in an ancient form of Dwarvish. Those of you who speak Dwarvish must give me an intelligence check to decipher it.
Just a straight intelligence?
Yes. You don't decipher it.
It kind of looks like Dwarven.
+2?
Varys, are you Dwarven?
I speak Dwarvish. I have
okay.
5 languages.
You're actually
Think I
able
could
to
get
translate
advantage.
them with some difficulty. Each entry appears to refer to a specific event. The holding of the dam. Finger of the ogre chieftain. Beard of treacherous Dargan One-Eye. Dargan One-Eye Bristle Munch. Banished to the Undermountain. Etc., etc., etc.
I'm going to whip out my notebook and start writing all these things down of all these treasures referencing these different dwarven histories. And I'm going to make a small entry in my notebook about that.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the axe goes, you guys realize this is the axe of Troll Killer himself. It is his personal weapon, Skegox.
Right, well, I asked Malkin to bring it over to me. So it's really not a very monkish weapon there, Malkin. And apparently Malkin is AFK.
Varys is going to start documenting this room. Pictures, drawings, quick sketches, little tidbits about
Malkin
this.
would have mentioned to you, I think, that, there's the whole banging at the gates upstairs. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Tick,
Malkin handed
tock.
the axe open. He just said that in chat.
Yeah, so he hands the axe over.
All right, we still have this
User joined your channel.
leather thing to look at, right?
Yep, and as you pull the leather away, you find it's a burnished copper tablet.
Okay.
What's on
Is it also written in Dwarven?
Looks like. Yeah, the phrasing here is weird, but I think the inscription underneath it reads, "Brought back directly from the city of Brass by Durlag himself." After his death.
Ooh.
City of Brass, as in the demon city of Brass?
Demons, strong word.
I think the city of
Element.
Brass is actually belongs to one of the gods.
It's in
I
the
can't remember. I
elemental
thought it
plane
was
of fire.
on a demon plane or an elemental plane.
Yeah, it's popular. People buy ifrits largely. Element.
Very bad. This is probably what the Frost Giants look.
Yes, and the cloud giant too.
And it's written in ancient Dwarvish. And your previous intellect check isn't enough. You're going to have to make another one for this item.
I'll cast guidance on myself for this.
Do I get advantage being a dwarf?
No. On the other hand, you're able to recognize that this is a truly ancient tablet, and of great cultural significance. It contains a first-hand account of dwarven creation lore. It promotes love over war, stating that the most brutal battleground is that of the heart, and that the shedding of the blood is anathema to the wisdom of the gods. It also contains the beginning, and only the beginning, of a ritual that binds souls together. In this current state, it appears to be usable but incomplete. Casting the ritual requires components that you don't have access to, and you think a couple of them come from before the creation of the world, but would result in the victims of the ritual being bound together eternally in some sort of symbiosis. It also appears to contain a family tree with dwarven deities and their relationships, and it also contains the details of the animosity between the giants and dwarves, with hints that the trolls are unintended after effects of magical experimentation upon both.
By who?
Doesn't say.
I love the flavor here. I wish they gave like an example of. You think it's a component from before the beginning of time? Like, what sort of component would it mention that we would be like, you know what? Oh, eye of black hole newt. Yeah, I think that was around before the beginning of. Like, what would we recognize as before the beginning of time? That makes no sense.
The tear of a baby god.
The way it's actually written is that the ritual requires components that the characters simply don't have access to, as they date from before the creation of the world.
Oh, okay. Well, right. Fair enough.
So it gives you a description of the components. We just have no clue what those are. Right then, I guess. Am I sensing anything from the axe at this point?
It's powerfully magical. Powerfully magical. And right about now, you notice that the central gear, it seems to be turning, and as it's turning, the axe appears to be growing spikes.
Oh, Malcolm will say at this point. Oh, I should have mentioned before. The bad guys are coming. I heard them upstairs.
What?
And also, new vow starting now.
New vow of what? Not silence? Right, so the gear's turning, the axe is growing spikes. Is there like someplace I need to put the gear on the axe?
No, sorry. The axe has a gear on it, and it's slowly turning, and the axe is growing spikes.
Oh, not the gear for the gate.
Correct. No, I mean, the spikes aren't going to interfere in any way with actually deploying the axe. They just make it look bigger and nastier and less pleasant to be hit by.
and yet it doesn't actually do that.
I know, that's annoying.
I think it was originally, well, we'll talk about later. So, I'm still invisible, I guess, because I haven't cast a spell and it hasn't been an hour. So, I will hide. And
Are there any teleport circles here?
Nope.
I have
So
a
the only
scroll
the
of.
only circle that we need. Well, we have the scrolls. Is that what we need to use to get out of here?
There was a teleport circle in the main hall. That's where you were told to use the scroll.
And the main hall is like 3 stories up, right?
Yes.
Is that where we fought the bloated demon?
Yes.
So all right, boys, get ready for a fight. I guess we head back upstairs. I think it's either this axe or that tablet is what we need to bring back.
wait, I thought. Oh, okay. I thought is the elevator activated? Is something moving, or is it just the axe that's doing stuff?
So far, it's just the axe. Very slowly,
Oh.
very hesitant.
I want to go over to the tomb, Durlag.
Yeah, let's just make our stand here. I mean, it's either
No,
here
no.
or up in the money bin, or
I like thinking you're saying here, and if we just wait for a while, we might get a short rest before the enemies close in on us.
I have a scroll of teleportation circle, and even if we could try to do teleporting magic, and if we teleport out of here, then I could just burn the scroll of teleportation somewhere else.
The room grows starkly cold in the space of a few heartbeats. The scraping of metal on stone echoes through the chamber, and a hollow voice rings through the chamber. Surrender the tablet, and your deaths will be swift.
No.
Now we know we need a tablet.
Thank you for letting us know that's the thing we're here for.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought your head to me. It saves me from chasing you down.
Oh, fudge.
what?
It's using Volo's monsters.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fudge.
So I'm going to be putting some placeholders in. You cannot roll your attacks directly on those. I'm going to have to handle things manually. We have an Emerald Enclave, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think we've got 2 of us, but Malkin is one.
Yes.
Well, if you want, I was going to purchase Volo's guide. I can do that and then maybe share it in the library.
I have a purchase, but I don't. Can you do that?
Yeah, if you open the library and you have a copy, you should be able to just open the book and he'll get a message to share it. In which case, it's like a green check mark.
I have
Alright,
Volo's
I just
guide to
offered it.
players.
Oh, that was the
I need
players
the
one. Let's see if
I need the DM one.
You need the DM's guide, not the Volo's guide.
The Volo. I need the monster part of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Should all be
It's
in there.
It's not listing that as an option for me.
Volo's Guide to Monsters players.
Is the only thing it lists. But you would think that would have the monsters in it too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's the entire book. That's why you spend $50 for it. If they only give you the player's part of the book, I ain't buying it for $50.
Yeah. Well, see, Ron, see if,
And it
if you
doesn't seem to
accept
be
it.
allowing me to use it. I've accepted it, but I'm not getting it.
So if you accepted it, is the book in the open position? Then you can select it as a module.
The book's in the open position, which lets him use it. I don't think it lets me use it.
Yep, I can see it now. All it lists is star templates, tables, erases, reference manual, and spells. It does not have monsters.
Wow,
That's
that's not worth
BS.
$50. Yeah, that's total crap.
No, you get the monsters too. It's just that they divide the content up into player content and DM content. And since I'm logged in as a player now, it's only I can only request the player content.
Basically, it doesn't let him give me DM tools.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if he could open it himself, then he could drag the monsters into the tracker.
He can't. Only the DM can do that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we go with your.
We're not in the time crunch, so take your time. Come on.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick then. Do we want to do that? Just take like 5 minutes real quick so we can
Yeah,
build everything?
go ahead. I'm going to be doing some placeholders.
Domo.
I mean, just pulling some, pulling the kind of NPC stat blocks that are close-ish, and then just update the hit points and
I'm
AC.
just doing things manually. That's quicker.
Okay. It's not that hard to do hit points and AC. I mean, but yeah, whatever you want.
Well, the problem is then I'd also... you're right. Hit points and AC could be done fairly quickly. Oh, poor Master Thief.
You do want to. Oh, poor Master. You do want to familiarize yourself with those stat blocks, particularly
I'm
the
familiar
Warlord.
with them. I just didn't realize they weren't in Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
I may have used the Warlords before.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said you ran this before.
I've not run this mod before, but I've done other content before, including some homebrew stuff.
I got a little bit creative. I'll have to tell you what I did. I had 7 players, and they were all like over, they were around like level 15 or 16. So I was trying to make it hard for them, and they knew that I was playing fast and loose with the rules. They still kicked butt.
Okay, that didn't actually take 5 minutes, but I'm pretty much ready now.
Back.
So, Varys, are you back?
Yes.
It is thy turn.
Oh, we're keeping the same initiative?
Oh, yeah, roll initiatives.
Yay, low man on the totem pole again.
So the first warlord smiles and comes charging forward to say hello to Lascaw. So does a 17 hit you, Lascaw?
Nope.
Then he misses twice as he tries to chop at you, but you just won't stand still, dang it.
Why is my initiative still 4? I rolled a 12.
Volantis, you rolled twice.
I did, but I'm okay taking the lower level, but It's not 4.
Yeah, that means that somehow you've become unstuck in time. And
Maybe when I got kicked off and I jumped back in.
Did you recreate your character or just choose the existing one?
No, when I came back in, my character wasn't there, so I just pulled it back out of the library. So that might be the problem.
Yeah, and for future reference, when you come back in, sometimes it looks like your character isn't there. But if you know it's there, just wait, and it will appear.
Gotcha.
It just takes some time to load sometimes.
Okay, so the first
Also,
warlord goes.
When you log in, you have to like type your name. You know, if you type your name different, then you won't see your old character there anymore. So you got to type your name the exact same way.
Yeah, good to know.
So the first warlord goes. He tries to chop up Volantis. He just is failing miserably. And as his turn ends, the other warlord shouts, "Hit him, you fool!" And he makes another attack that also misses.
Hmm.
And the smiling cloud giant walks forward. Its mouth doesn't move, but all of you hear, "Squishy, squishy, time to go squish." Silly dwarf, fights are for giants.
I'm gonna wipe that grin right off your face.
That's what you think.
I'm guessing we didn't have time for a short rest anywhere near, like when we were running back and forth, or...
No, not really.
Alright,
I
I'll
like
shield
giants. Oh, you're gonna shield?
Oh.
I'll shield that one. It's 25, yeah. So I'll drop the axe and shield.
And as he goes to end his turn, both of the warlords shout at him, "Chop! Chop! Chop!"
You can only listen to one of the warlords. He takes his reaction.
Oh, you're right. My apologies.
Actually, that's one of the mistakes I made when I was playing fast. Liz with the roll.
Oh, wait a minute. That was a miss. I'm sorry. Take that damage back.
Yes, please.
So at the end of his turn, Warlord 2 is going to point at Lascaw and make a throat-slitting gesture. Give me a wisdom save. Oh, good grief. I just gave a wisdom save to the paladin. So, it's a terrifying gesture. But you're immune to fear, aren't you?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, anybody within 10 feet of him is immune to fear, so.
Groovy.
Travak.
I'm gonna polymorph into a giant ape.
Thou art polymorphed into a giant ape.
And I'm gonna attack the giant. That's my turn.
And as you end your turn, one of the warlords shouts, "Shoot!" and points at you. Does an 11 hit?
Nope.
A crossbow bolt flies harmlessly over your head. Volantis.
All right, what I'm going to do is the warlords are human or something else? Are they giants?
They're human.
And the Master Thief is
Human.
okay.
You skip me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Varys. It is your turn.
That's fine. So Warlord 2 and the Master Thief, I'm gonna look at them, and be like, I don't think you guys should go anywhere. And I'm gonna cast hold person on them.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to do.
Hey, well, if he fails, you can try again.
Right,
Absolutely.
Good.
So the Master Thief gets a stop.
17.
You cannot do it that way.
Okay.
These are not fully
So they
statted out
don't-
creatures. They're placeholders. So the
So at
Master
least you see
Thief
the
gets a
DC.
19. The other guy is a failure, so Warlord 2 is held.
Excellent.
And then I will not do anything else. Volantis, you're up.
All right, so we have one Warlord held. I'll try to do a hold monster on the Smiling Giant. That's going to be a DC of 21.
Well, before you take your turn, Warlord 1 is going to try and hack one more time.
Oh, go for it.
One last time at that annoying paladin. Okay.
All right, hold monster on the Giant. DC 21.
Him you can roll on directly.
Is he the only one that we can do that with?
Yeah, he's the only one you can do that with, and he does have advantage.
Just do it twice. Well, if he fails the first time, I guess.
This is, I think, person, but it's the same. I can make a difference. He made it. All right, I'm going to now target the Smiling Giant with a quickened Eldritch Blast Burst. I'm adjacent to at least one of the Warlords, aren't I?
You just cast Hold Monster, right?
Yes.
How are you casting... Also, what type of save is Hold Monster?
Hold Monster should be a con save, I think.
Isn't it a Wisdom?
Oh, it is Wisdom.
In
Yeah,
which
it's
case,
wisdom.
he only rolled a 17.
In which case, he is held.
Sweet.
Even better.
But as far as quickened action goes, you can't quicken action when you've already cast a first level spell or higher.
I thought it
Sure
was
you can.
when you cast a cantrip.
Yep, you can quicken a cantrip.
I believe the rule is if you cast a spell with a bonus action, you can only cast another spell of first that's a cantrip. It doesn't apply in the other direction.
That's not true.
You sure about
Doesn't
that?
have, It doesn't say anything about what kind of action you use to cast it. It's just what kind of spells you're allowed to cast more than one of.
No, I think you're wrong about that. Pulling it up.
I'm pretty sure.
I
you're
do
right.
believe the GM is correct.
I mean, I could easily have just quickened the Hold Monster.
Given that this is
and,
a class understanding issue, I'll allow it.
and then use the action on the cantrip. All right, did you see one of the Warlords was adjacent to me? One came up and swung at me originally.
Yeah, one of the warlords came up and swung at you.
All right,
Actually, I think they swung at the paladin.
Okay, in that case, I'm fine. I'm then going to target Warlord number 2. No, I'm going to target the Cloud Giant and have a blast of Eldritch Blast against him.
So the actual reading on bonus action. A spell cast with a bonus action is especially swift. You must use a bonus action on your turn to cast the spell, provided you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn. You can't cast another spell during the same turn, except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action.
Yeah, so he can quicken the regular spell to make it a bonus, and then cantrip.
Oh, interesting. Thank you.
Some people call me a rules lawyer. I prefer to think of myself as a walking rules dictionary.
Been there, done that.
So, it looks like Lascar is casting Ensnaring Strike.
No, I was just looking at things and
Yeah,
Oh,
let
yeah,
me
not
go ahead.
very nice.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
still
gonna let me-
Volantis' turn.
Yeah, you're gonna let me go ahead and shoot the Eldritch Blast, right? So
Yeah, we're just going to flip which one was quickened.
I have advantage on those because he's paralyzed.
And this is going to hurt.
I believe they're a crit
And
if you hit.
That's
Only
true. I'm
from
looking at
within
my
5
screen.
feet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't get crits. You guys do though.
That's fine.
Well, no, you could walk to within 5 feet and get crits. You just don't get advantage anymore.
Right. I'll do it this way. All right,
So
that's
the
my turn.
Warlord gets another save
I don't think so.
at the end of his
At the
turn.
end of its turn.
It
He
gets
doesn't
another
save.
save at the end of its turn, doesn't it?
Yeah, at the end of the turn, he
at
gets
the
it,
end
yeah.
of the turn, he gets it, yeah. Yep. But he did not do well. That's good.
I do not have a weapon in my hand at the moment, so I will cast Hex on the giant. I will then pull out my hammer. And did he stop 10 feet away? Does he have reach, or did he move all the way up to me?
The giant moved all the way up to you. He's
Okay,
also
well,
paralyzed.
He's held. Well, it makes a difference, because if I don't have to move, I wasn't going to. I move over closer so that I'm still within 10 feet of the paladin. And then I will throw my hammer 3 times at Monsieur Giant. With advantage. Oh, wait. I gotta be next to him to get the crit, don't I?
Yeah, so your choice is the
Correct.
crit or the extra damage die from throwing.
Well,
Yeah, but just-
the crit's gonna be more, so I will stay next to him and just do regular swings, melee, within 5 feet.
You could throw a point blank range. I mean, depending on the DM's ruling, a paralyzed opponent is not necessarily going to give you disadvantage on a range attack because it's kind of like a statue. He's not really interfering with your range attack, but DM's call.
That's actually a good question. I don't know which way the rules actually go, but I suspect there's probably something about the enemy not being incapacitated, so you can have the advantage thrown melee range while I look it up.
Do hitting the paralyzed creatures get him out of the effect?
Nope.
No. Damage away.
Alright, so how do I turn this into a crit? I just pick it up and then double the
Hold
dice, right?
shift, I believe.
No, you hold down shift when you do damage.
So I'm reasonably certain part of paralyzed makes you incapacitated.
I think so.
So
I'm looking
yeah,
at my DM screen for it.
actually paralyzed. Paralyzed means you're incapacitated. I've been
So you
playing
don't have
that wrong
disadvantage?
for so long. I'm gonna have to pull this on someone sometime. They're gonna hate me.
Point blank range attack.
If they're paralyzed, yeah.
Why is
Right,
that
so
3d8? Why is that 3d8?
Because it's a crit? Because the throwing
it's
hammer...
a throwing giant. Didn't you
Yeah,
have
it's-
Hex applied on him?
Shit, I did. So
Just drop 2d6. I'll adjust.
just a second, I can do that. I got...
Also didn't have
never.
him targeted.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and target him.
I might as well. I thought I had him on target. I must have not clicked correctly. Alright, so it's 1 down.
You keep hitting like that, dude.
So you're saying I do get advantage with the melee or with the thrown weapon or normal?
Yes.
Okay.
You get advantage and you get the auto crit, and that is just going to be nasty for me. If I had Volos, I'd probably add 2 more Warlords or something. At this point, it's not worth it. Trying to do this, I could do this in paper, I can do this in Fantasy Ground. Trying to do this half and half is just confusing.
Alrighty, there's my 3 shots at him, and I smile. It's like, I don't hear you laughing anymore.
That's because you're not listening close enough, little fly.
That's because he can't speak.
Actually, he is. Despite being paralyzed, you notice his mouth is not moving. He's talking telepathically.
I'm going to action surge and do that 3 more times.
That's a good use of action surge.
That is a good call.
You can't hear me, but I'm laughing.
Oh.
And as you shatter the simulacrum, you hear him saying, "I'll be waiting for you outside." And it shatters into 1,000 teeny tiny pieces.
And I'm like, I knew you were too chicken to come down here yourself.
So I think Kern still has 2 more attacks, but before that, do we want to? Is there some effect from the shattering, or can you just keep going?
Honestly, given the way how much I'm considering just throwing this.
Oh yeah, because I'm just gonna walk over to Warlord number 2 and get him twice.
But yeah, let me have a turn, please. Give me a dex save.
Who?
Everybody?
Just Kern.
Alrighty then. And I get a +3 to this for standing within 10 feet of the paladin.
Oh, that's right. So the paladin probably needs to give me a save too. No, he wouldn't.
Sweet.
So you take 25 damage, Kern. And I believe they're correct. You have 2 more attacks if you'd like to take them.
Ouch, that hurt. So yeah, I will walk over to Warlord number 2, who is also paralyzed, and I'll point at Warlord number 1. What's going to happen to you is going to happen to him, or what happens to him is going to happen to you very shortly.
Yeah, the scaling on this encounter is insufficient. Oh, shoot, I missed an important part. The giant had twice as many hit points.
Oh, we'll bring him back?
Nah, between the the paralysis plus Kern's sheer damage output against giants, it's still a loss.
I want to show you what I can do.
Who's this?
I'm done. Actually, I will move back away from Warlord number 2, back towards the paladin.
Last guy's going toward Warlord 2, and he's going with his battle axe.
I mean, there's also the fact that we have 15 minutes left.
I got nowhere to be.
My butt needs out of this chair for a while.
Yeah, you've been here for a good minute.
Well, I've been right here with him.
Yes.
Are you guys playing the last one?
Yep.
And a fun time has been had by all today, I hope. My poor warlord.
Oh, that's what you get for bringing a Warlord down.
I mean, I'm just looking at this, and I could have doubled the enemies and you still would have held. The only problem is I don't have the stat blocks. Which is why I need to prepare the mods in Fantasy Grounds ahead of time next time. Is that enough effects?
Why are you targeting Malcolm?
Oh, whoops. No, I'm targeting. That was Warlord too. Oh, but I didn't do a crit damage. Damn it.
We'll just
So
double the 26. So that's another
okay.
26 damage.
All right, thank you.
I need you to hold while I
Alrighty.
do maths. Done. Oh, good lord, are you going to do the same thing again?
Yep.
Oh, what the heck? What did I do wrong?
Did you forget the crit again?
Hit critical. I did something wrong. Oh, I clicked it 3 times, but I didn't add the damage 3 times. Darn it. Alright, here, let's just add this, please. So, another 15 on that. And, is he still up?
He's still up.
I'm gonna do flurry of blows and fangs with a fire snake.
I'm not familiar with that one.
So it's an elemental thing where all my attacks become fire, and when I hit, I can choose to do an extra D10 fire.
Okay.
Oh, miss! That's lame.
Against an AC of 20, you had to miss sooner or later.
And he's been resisting all your hits.
Oh, shoot. He's dead then.
Oh, because it was using a stat block that was fire resistant. Warlords are probably not.
Yup. I fixed that on one warlord and not the others.
Cool. So I've never gotten a chance to do crits with the Staff of Striking, nor crits with Flames of the Fire Snake before. That's why I was excited.
So, the Master Thief just kind of looks away, gulps, and raises up its light crossbow and fires it at Malkin. Somehow I doubt 14 hits.
Nope.
So, yeah. That was my day. So, the Warlord was trying to say hello to Laska, I believe.
Yep.
So nice having those things all in one place. So, does a 19 hit? Okay, one of those hits. I actually get a hit in. 12
Actually,
damage.
hold. I was trying to say I'll use my last bardic inspiration for cutting words to.
Then he misses.
Okay.
And it's Trevok's turn.
I'm going to go over to the thief and attack it twice.
Yes.
That's my
Don't
turn.
shoot King Kong with a pea shooter. He might take notice.
Varys.
Third level cure wounds on Kern.
Actually, At the end of Travok's turn, the warlord takes another chop at Laska and misses. And is that your turn, Varys?
Yep, that's it.
And another chop that hits.
All right, let's go ahead and have the Master Thief and the Warlord make wisdom saves at 21. Go ahead and freeze them up too.
9 damage to Laska. You said DC 21?
Yep.
They're both paralyzed and the fight is over.
Yay!
That's
Loot everybody. We loot the bodies of the stuff we just killed.
Well done, well done.
Yeah, and speaking of loot, one thing this module messes up is it doesn't. The bad guys have money on them, but the end list of gold doesn't include that money. Nor someone said there's something else that's missing. That's the only one I know of specifically that's missing. I know I left it out because I just used the chart at the end, you know.
Did you send off a notice about that?
No, I should have.
If I were doing this in paper, there'd be so many marks so that I'd know what to mail about.
Yeah, there is no proofreading on this one. Good adventure, but very rough.
No. There's been some proofreading on this one. You can't say there's been none until you try and do redemption and re-education.
Oh, really? That's worse, huh?
So I only had it for the playtest, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, cool.
Well, we can discuss it once the stream goes down. If you're really that curious.
So is that, did they rename the thing that was like part 1 and part 2 re-education? Is it now redemption and re-education, or?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm focusing on other things.
Okay, sorry.
Right, so I picked the axe back up.
Pleased at your return. You guys go upstairs. You loot the stuff. You go upstairs. Somehow you carry the 1,000-pound copper tablet with you, and you use the teleport scroll. Seer seems pleased at your return and offers you a generous cup of mint tea. She takes a long sip of her drink, deep in contemplation. It is most unfortunate that your efforts were thwarted by the... Oops. Seer seems pleased at your turn, blah, blah, blah. Baron Rajaram is focused on the control and manipulation of people. Heroes, villages, nobles, and merchants. He is not a person, but instead a slab of meat meant for menial tasks. The ritual contained on the tablet would have allowed him to do exactly that. It is fortunate that you were successful in your mission. The Lord's Alliance thanks you, and while your views may not always align with ours, your efforts today were truly heroic and transcend such mundane definitions. And you guys can choose who to give the slab over to. The Candlekeep would love it. The dwarves would love it.
I believe it should go to the dwarves since it is a dwarven artifact.
But, you know, scholars could probably rip this thing apart too.
But Malcolm would vote for scholars being a cloistered scholar himself.
And I'm a sage, so yeah, it's right on my line.
I'll vote for Candlekeep.
Candlekeep.
Are they willing to entertain competing offers?
No.
I don't really care then.
So, do you guys give it to Candlekeep?
Yeah.
Well, I got 1 vote for the dwarves, and I think there was 3 for Candlekeeps. I don't agree, and I would say so vehemently. That's dwarven material.
Well, Candlekeep will make it available for all, right? So the dwarves can come study it just like anybody else.
Only the rich get into Candlekeep because you have to donate a tome worth 5,000 gold pieces.
But if you have a background feature that allows you to research in libraries, I think that lets you in too.
Oh, would this be a donation of a tome worth $5,000 or more?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Awesome. I definitely vote for Candlekeep then.
So I'm seeing a tie between Candlekeep and Dwarves.
Yeah, there's a vote up if anyone is interested in participating.
While we hold off on that, I'm going to distribute gold.
So we're split 3-3.
3-2 now.
Wow, that is a pretty lackluster amount of gold for this mod.
It is over 6 players.
That's 1,000 gold, man. Should have taken some of that magic gold in that one room.
If you feel like it, you can always go back and try.
Yeah. Looks like we've got 1 abstention, 3 for Candlekeep, 2 for Dwarves. It's a close one, but
So congratulations, max XP.
well,
And I just went to tier 4.
So in addition to everyone getting 1 renown, members of the Emerald Enclave, as a result of having defeated Baron Rajaram's forces, gain 1 additional renown point, and mark the completion of a secret mission on your log sheet. Emphasis, this needs to be marked as a secret mission in your story awards, not just renown.
yep.
So it looks like you guys are giving to Candlekeep. So you will gain the Favor of Candlekeep award. Everyone, all of you, get a potion of superior healing.
Yay!
There is an additional potion of superior healing available. And a +3 battle axe.
Is there anything other special about the battle axe?
Just
Flavor.
I mean, apart from it being +3.
Only flavor, no mechanical.
no, it does have one very minor mechanical. It's like, but you have to be worship a certain. You have to worship a dwarven deity in order to get that. I think.
I believe I am worshiping that deity.
So if you have that, I think you can get advantage on intimidate or something. Is that how it works? Oh yeah, there it is.
Bonus action, gain advantage on 1 charisma intimidation check.
Dwarf or a character that worships dwarven deity. So yeah, any dwarf or dwarf worshiper can get intimidate advantage once a day. Yawn.
This is a +3 battle axe, and it's considered a very rare.
I really think we only have 1 dwarf deity worshiper in the party. Pretty easy choice.
I'd take it if no one else wanted it.
Well,
It's
I'll
a
take it.
+3 axe in anyone's hands. What's really fun is they've got a whole section on traps, and no instructions on how to add them other than, well, here's a bunch of traps in the appendix.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bull crap. Don't get me started.
I mean, one day I'm going to run this on with a DM who's going to go, yep, you walk 5 feet, here's a trap. Yep, you walked another 5 feet, here's a trap. Oh, you're walking down the causeway, here's another trap.
Yeah, probably. So, is everybody okay with me having the axe or not?
Just out of curiosity, how many magic items do you have?
I have 6. Sorry, I have
Well,
7.
Oh.
So it has been a nice day. Thank you all for being part of my stream. I hope
Thank
my
you,
viewers
Ronnie.
have enjoyed.